Hey, can y'all hear me? Hopefully y'all can hear me. What's going on? What's happening, y'all? What's going on? Long time no see. Long time no see. What's going on? Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button on the way in. Hopefully, we finna go on and do what we do. Let's see who's all in here for now, because we do got the early birds, the ones that show up on time. So let's shout them out. What's going on? Hey, Pops, what's going on, Dr. Marks? Happy birthday to you. The happiest of birthdays to you. Glad you around, glad you still with us. And you come around makes everybody's day a little brighter. We appreciate you. William Old School, what's going on with you? Hey friend, what's happening? BC, what's going on with you, bro? Cassandra, what's going on with you, sweetheart? Everybody again, smash that like button and make sure y'all tell Dr. Mark happy birthday. Because that is a well deserved, that man deserves everything and then some that this world has to offer any and everybody. He deserves it. That's a man's man right there. I promise y'all, y'all can learn something from him. I learn a lot from him. I learn something from him every single day. I promise you, I ain't never been disappointed by anything he's ever told me. And he gonna keep it a buck. He gonna keep it solid with you. He ain't gonna tell you what you want to hear. He gonna tell you what you need to hear. So I appreciate you and thank you for everything. Yeah, man, y'all know we done made it another Thursday. I'm so glad Thursday is here. I'm so glad this week is almost over. I'm glad I'm having a seafood boil tomorrow. I am just glad, you know, we gonna talk because folks, we can talk. And the thing for me is, and here's what we're gonna talk about. When people want to try to belittle you, talk noise to you, talk down to you, and all this, that, and the third, they have no issue with you being quiet. And the moment you decide to return that same energy, and it's not even returning the same energy, to me, it's literally, I'm treating you the same way you treat me. And the problem with that is the person who starts off treating someone bad and treating them like a piece of shit. Why are they always the ones that's more pissed off when it's done right back to them? They don't even have enough sense to realize that it's being done right back to them. But they be so pissed off and so mad, like, I can't believe they doing. And it's like, but you've been doing this entire time. What's going on, Jason William? Appreciate you for pulling up. What's going on with you? And these are the things that need to be discussed because it happens, in these boxing conversations all the time. And like I've mentioned to you all, if you listen to these people on the panel, a lot of the people are saying the exact same thing that each other are saying back and forth to each other, and they just arguing, and they don't have enough sense to realize y'all are saying the same thing, just two different ways, but it is the exact same thing. What's going on, Albie? What's happening with you, big bro? And these are the things that I tend to see a lot of the time. I tend to hear because a lot of the time I can't really speak too often, but a lot of the time I'm just listening. And when it's multiple people on the panel, and it's like, because I have to turn the chat off because the some of the idiots in the chat, all they want to do is argue. And no matter what you say, you're gonna be wrong. You just gotta realize you got those people that want to come in and try to disrupt your life about talking about something other than what you're talking about. Like, y'all could be talking about boots, and somebody gonna come in and talk about Devin Haney. Somebody gonna come in and talk about Tank. Y'all ain't even talking about them, but that's because that's what they know. That's all that they want to talk about, and it's like, y'all have got to be the most most ridiculous people in the world. And the fact of the matter is, these are men that are discussing men, conversing about men, getting angry about men. And it's like, and y'all talk about men, but that's who y'all love. Y'all love these men. Yeah, to me, some of you all love these men more than you love your family because you spend all of the bulk of your time with these men, talking about these men, saying the exact same thing these other men are saying, and you're getting mad because a lot of them kind of say the same shit that other men have said since y'all like to listen to men most of the time, and y'all are arguing over men because of men, and one day the light bulb's gonna go off for you all. How about fellas? How about y'all just shut up for a second? How about y'all let the women talk? How about y'all shut up and stop interrupting the women? Because as far as I see it, the women are doing a hell of a lot better job managing the panels. They're doing a hell of a lot better job with their delivery of the conversation of whatever topic they're trying to bring up or whatever 2 cents that they're adding in. Shout out to 2 cents, Jab Queen, um, Key Alexandria. Those are some amazing women that are doing a damn good job with their deliveries, with how they relay their messages and the things that they actually talk about. William Moscow, you ain't said nothing but a thing. You already know I did. You know I've been done that a long time ago, and that is the fact. We do. And the thing about it is, let me tell y'all the truth about how this thing go. And this is just how I see it, and we don't get back to the point I'm trying to make because all of this kind of ties in. Boxing got they twig and berries on all the men's foreheads that are arguing about the same thing, arguing about boxing, and don't even know boxing sitting there with the twig and berries all on their forehead because boxing telling you, shut your little ass up. You gonna watch what I tell you to watch. You gonna you gonna like it. Like that's the thing. Well, Jason, I don't talk. Thank God I don't talk boxing anymore. I have retired from that. It's too exhausting. But I'm here to cheer them on. To the ladies who I actually listen to and show respect to. I actually do listen to them. I might not be able to to, to chime in all the time because hell in the evening my phone going. I'm either trying to cook. I'm trying to do something with my son. I ain't got all that kind of time. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I listen to them. I retired from all that. I don't have the energy to keep up with who said what and why saying what. And I ain't got it. I got other things going on, and that's why I don't have the boxing conversations up here because this is the one time that you don't have to discuss boxing, but I can discuss the behaviors of the individuals that are talking boxing. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Knockout. He will get up there and at least give you his spiel, let him have his whole situation by himself for an extended amount of time. Then he'll let some of the crazies up there. And hell, I done seen sometimes where his ass is up there laughing at the crazies, and they don't even realize they getting laughed at. Some of them people on some of the panels, aka the panel thoughts, because that's shout out to Omega Red because he came up with that, and that's what we gonna call them. The panel thoughts. They are the ones who jump on the panels all day, every day. They jump on people's panels, and you can realize don't nobody want their ass up there. The content creator is just being nice enough to allow them up there, and at the same time, content creators mute some of them motherfuckers. Quit telling them to hold on, tell them to be quiet. Just mute their ass in mid motherfucking sentence. That'll shut their ass up. Because what's gonna happen is they're gonna get mad, completely forgetting the reason as to why their asses got muted. They gonna think you hating and think you got all these kind of problems when they fail to shut the hell up. They see your ass crazy. Yeah, Cassandra. Panel thoughts. That's exactly what they are. And that all ties into When you treat a motherfucker how they treat you is the problem. You've given motherfuckers ample opportunities to get their shit together. You've given them ample opportunities to show some respect. Like, hey, nigga, shut up. Why don't you just be quiet? Chill out. Relax. Don't come on my motherfucking panel yelling and raising your goddamn voice. I don't owe you no money. I'm not the IRS. I ain't the police. I ain't the district attorney. Those are the motherfuckers your ass need to be trying to convince and have some energy for is them. Lower your tone and speak with some motherfucking respect when you come around here. I don't give a damn what y'all do on other people's panels because that ain't got shit to do with me. But what you gonna do around here is show some motherfucking respect. What's going on? Op, what's happening with you, bro? I see you. Picasso, what's going on? The Daywalker, I see you. I'm telling you, BC, they gotta straighten up. They gotta get their shit together before they can try to talk shit about people. Raise their voice and just be so motherfucking disrespectful. Why does a content creator have to raise their voice at somebody on their own panel? I don't understand that. Why are y'all yelling at these motherfuckers? This is your panel. This is your channel. Means you have the authority to shut them motherfuckers up by choice or by force. Take your pick. It's your channel. You said I've gotten to the point where if boxing actor shows up, bruh. I think people feel sorry for him because, and that's just my opinion. They to continue to let some shit continue to happen. You just gotta feel sorry for a motherfucker that you just gotta let him get it off because he ain't yelling at nobody. He may make up things, in my opinion, and I guess I believe, what people do is if you say certain things enough times, they can convince themselves and hopefully they can convince others that something that they have just made up is a fact. That's a whole nother story. But that's what some people do. And that's neither here nor there. I don't do this shit. I ain't gonna make up a goddamn thing. I'm gonna tell you what it is, but it ain't what it's gonna be. I don't have time to sugarcoat nothing. Because as I've mentioned to you all before, why the hell I'm gonna sugarcoat anything for anybody when not a damn single person has ever sugarcoated any damn thing for me? Why do I have to sugarcoat anything for anybody? Get the raw and uncut. Hey, that's just what it is. You know what I'm talking about? That's just how it's gonna be. You need to fuck with it or not. Get the hell on somewhere. You ain't gotta be here. Because this is my channel. I control my channel. So the fact of the matter is, why is it the agitator ends up being the most pissed off, most angry motherfucker when you do the exact same thing back to them is beyond me. The audacity that a motherfucker has to be disrespectful, obnoxious, ridiculous, delusional, and turn around and then be highly upset when you talk to them and treat them the exact same way that they've done to you. I mean, like, hot on the press, motherfuckers be so motherfucking mad. They got to call people. They got to do all. Like, these ain't jokes. This is real motherfucking life. Got to call people. They got to walk around and talk about the shit. It's like, who are you talking to? You ain't talking to nobody but yourself. Like, that's the problem. 5150 is time for it. That's all I'm trying to tell y'all. If y'all don't know what that 5150 is, you need to figure it out. But sometimes people might need that. If you're walking around the house talking to yourself about your situation and you talking and you're answering yourself, trying to give yourself the best advice, I get it. Sometimes the only expert that you can talk to is yourself sometimes. And hey, sometimes it's just good to get it on out. That don't mean you gonna really have to answer it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta do all that. Because in my opinion, sometimes when you say things out loud, you get a chance to hear how ridiculous the shit really is before it's too late. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've done this before. Not saying it's the right thing to do, What's going on, Mark? Dan? What's happening with you? Not saying it's the right thing to do, but I've actually done it. I've had motherfuckers be show me their entire ass of disrespect. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna lose it a little bit when you get to yelling at me and I ain't yelling at your ass. Oh, baby, wait a minute. You about to catch some. We about to get some understanding around this motherfucker. Don't raise your motherfucking voice at me if I ain't raising mine at you, because I promise you, by the time we get done doing what we about to do, you ain't gonna want to talk to me. The proof is in the pudding. It's people out there that this has happened to, so I can guarantee you can holler at them and they'll tell you it's a fact. So I ain't lying to you. But if you just think for 1 second that you can just treat anybody any kind of way, especially the motherfuckers that are doing things, they doing something with their life. They're progressing. You know what I'm saying? Let me drop this link. They're progressing in life, and your ass is just stagnant. You ain't doing shit. Like the what is it? The one of those commercials about going back to school and stuff. You ain't doing that. You're not trying to do this. Like you're not trying to do that, but slowly you get left behind. Then you start getting mad because you haven't progressed and you still in the same position that your ass is in from 2 3 years ago. And last time I checked, if you still doing the same shit that you've been doing and it ain't been working, you damn sure can't get mad at nobody else. You need to look in the mirror and get mad at your damn self because you the one that should be mad because you ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? I've calmed all the way down by the time March of 2025 hit. A lot of things have changed for the better, let me tell you. A lot of things have changed. And it has been for the best. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? And it's made me a hell of a lot better person. It's made me a healthier person because I'm not stressed. I was under a lot of stress from 2020 till March of this year. A lot of stress. And that shit left. I ain't stressed out no more. So I'm sitting here chilling, minding my own motherfucking business. And then when you realize there's people out there that have an issue with you doing the exact same thing that they're doing, treating them the exact same way. I don't fuck with you. I just ain't got shit to say to you. I ain't mad at you. I ain't got shit to say to you. I've outgrown you. So what is our conversation gonna look like? Nothing. There is no conversation. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't see me. I don't jump on panels. I jumped on Dean panel to give him a shout out. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to Dean by any means. Y'all go sub to him because he be over there cutting up. But I had to give him his props the other day and shout him out and everything and let him know, hey, keep doing what you're doing, man. And get rid of some of the panel thoughts. I wasn't up there for very long. Of course, I'm not going to be up there very long because I'm not long winded. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be up there talking, going on a whole rant. That ain't my channel. That's what I have my own channel for me to go on rants because it's my channel. So I can choose to do that if I want to. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that on other people's channels. So I kind of keep it to a minimum and disrupt the algorithm a little bit, saying some things, here and there, talking shit, swallowing some spit, making some shit shake. That's what it is. But, and then I go back to the rafters I go. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you support individuals. That's how you support people. Because you never know. What I can tell you is this. My very existence on YouTube pisses so many people off. Me jumping into people's chat and having them tighten up their damn jawbones. You can actually see the jawbones tightening up on motherfuckers. That be the funniest shit. Like, I did that. That's me. I did that. I didn't piss them off. That ain't got nothing to do with me. my very presence pisses people off. And you don't know how much of a joy that is to me to say I have outgrown people. I don't have to raise my voice. I told you I still haven't had a damn argument. It's like, where is that? It's never late. This motherfucker been late like a motherfucker. No arguments with motherfuckers. My how the times have changed. But it will not stop me from treating from saying the exact same things that motherfuckers say to me. I'm gonna say it right back to you. You wanna treat me like shit? Okay. Oh, you about to get the amount of non-concern. I don't think that's the right word. BC, what's the word? I'm not concerned about you. I don't care to talk to you. I ain't calling. Like even individuals that I am cool with, I don't talk to them every single day. We'll do a I call, you call. It's an even trade off. If a motherfucker want to talk to me, they know how to reach me. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it goes. But market, but I ain't trying to let them get to know me because the motherfuckers I tried that I allowed to get to know me didn't do shit but shit on me. So I'm not trying to let people get to know me. You know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna let motherfuckers think whatever the fuck they want to think, and let motherfuckers run in their mouth. Let them keep doing it. Nah, I'm exactly who any and everybody, whatever the fuck they have said I am. I am that and then some. Uh-uh. Just that's why specific individuals specifically cannot say anything to me. They can't talk to me. They know better. You can't say certain people can't say a damn thing to me. We can be in the same chat. They know damn well they can't say shit to me. It's the behavior that y'all fellas enable on YouTube that allows ignorance and stupidity to continue to happen on these YouTube channels, in these chats, on these panels. You all fellas have enabled this behavior, and then you get mad when it continues to happen. You enable it. Y'all enable the shit. Because like I said before, when I first came around boxing and came around the boxing talk in 2018, we can have it was multiple dudes on the panels and they asses were not arguing like this. This shit was fun. They end up roasting each other on panels. And we in the chats just waiting for it. Like, oh, they gonna give us what we want. They gonna give it to us. And lo and behold, round one, and then it happens. And you could sit and literally laugh for 2 and 3 hours at a time. Shows weren't going 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 hours, 24 hours. That wasn't happening. You can get a good 3 hours out of some motherfuckers, and that was it. That's a wrap. That's all you about to get out of them. Because they got shit to do. Now you got motherfuckers that's gonna sit hours on end. I ain't got it. I got shit to do. I got responsibility. I got life to live. And I'm not putting my life on hold on the back burner to suffice anybody. Excuse me. In my opinion, that's actually what's happening when you all sit on these panels for all these hours on end. Then you have to understand, are you living or are you existing? Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Cassandra. I appreciate you. Yes, Lord. I told you I'm down 35 pounds at this point. I can do it. I got sound. These are real nails. These ain't the fake ones. Fellas, y'all don't know how the ability to actually do that. That shit's amazing. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You are an amazing human being, and you have fought the good fight, and I am so proud of you. I just wanted to tell you that, Cassandra. I know I could have typed it in the chat, but it felt a little different when you can actually see me saying it directly to you. It means a little more to me that way. So proud of you. And these are the things that we should get back to. Dame and the fellas were having a very, very much needed conversation. Um, I think it was either Monday or Tuesday. I think it might have been Tuesday, I believe. Oh, you're welcome. You ain't got to thank me at all. What's understood ain't got to be said. You know what I'm saying? And for the fellas to get in on that conversation. And that made me proud. I felt like a proud big sister listening to the fellas. They were actually talking about how they actually felt in real life. Like at that moment, reflecting on things, on unfortunate situations that they had gone through with losing someone. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, D Free? What's happening with you, bro? And it made me very proud to where I can just listen. I didn't put in anything because that's not my conversation to join in on. That was the fellas, and I fell back and let the fellas have it. Because I could have commented and said, "Oh, I miss my grandmama." Because who don't know I miss my grandmama? Everybody knows I miss my grandmama. But that wasn't my place to do that. My place was to sit back and listen and let the fellas have that, and that's exactly what I did. I turned my chat off and I just listened. All right, bro, I'm gonna bring you up. What's going on with you, bro? What's happening?
D Free joined.
That's delayed like a motherfucker. What's going on with you, bro?
What's good?
Chilling, chilling. What's happening with you?
And nothing. What you cooking on today?
Talking about how people be upset when you turn around and do the exact same thing that they be doing, but they don't have enough sense to realize you're doing it right back to them, and they get more pissed off than you pissed off about what they're doing because you know that's what they're gonna do. They end up being more pissed off at you for doing the exact for treating them the exact same way that they've treated you. In a sense you're
What's going
mocking
on?
them and they don't have enough sense to realize it.
Yeah, yeah. What's going on, William? Yeah. I don't, and like I'm starting to realize more and more every day that when people say God made all of us different,
Mhm.
I really, really see that every single day. Because every day I see something new. I thought I didn't seen it all when I saw this, when I saw that, and every day I'm seeing something new, and it's like, who raised y'all? Who raised y'all? Because a lot of the stuff that we talk about on an everyday basis, and people be in the chat, people listen to the playback. For the most part, we can all say it's pretty much common sense,
It's supposed to be.
but it it's really not that common. It's really not that common because a lot of these people, they don't seem to have common sense. I don't know if a lot of them came from homes that was broken up, or parents that just let them do what they want to do and didn't teach them any morals or any goals, or how to be a human being. Because a lot of this stuff, it's stuff that you teach your kids as they as they get older, as they start to come up. These are some of the things that you teach your kids. Like I talk to my kids about real life stuff as they was growing up. So when they got to 14, 15, 16-year old, I didn't have to tell them about it. I didn't have to break the story down to them. They knew what it was. I just had to give them a brush up on what I had already told them. Get them familiar what's going on. Remember when I told you about that? Look what's going on. You
Hmm.
you right, Dad. You right. You right. Or my son or my daughter, they'll come back, they'll be like, Dad, remember when you was talking to me about such and such? Now I see what you're talking about.
Hmm.
Yeah, because this is stuff that you're supposed to teach your kids as they get older. But a lot of these people, for some reason, I don't know if they never been taught that, or they just don't have the common sense to understand that's not how you're supposed to act. That's not how you're supposed to conduct yourself in the public. Like everybody, and I tell people this all the time. I have three types of people that I can be at any given time. And it's not me being phony, it's not me being fake or anything. It's just how I conduct myself. I have the D free that y'all see on YouTube, or y'all might have seen me in real life, and I'm laughing and joking. I have the businessman D free when I'm at work and I'm handling my business. And then I have the respectable D free when I'm in front of my mother or my grandmother or people that I know they don't go for all of that street stuff. Those are the three types of people that I might have to put that hat on at some point in time throughout my day. And sometimes I put both those hats on at the same time. I be laughing and joking with y'all while I'm on the live
Hmm.
stream, and then I'm turning around. I'm still at home working, so I got to be serious when I'm on these interview calls. And then when I finish with the interview call, I'll get back to laughing and joking. A lot of people don't seem to have that those capabilities of turning off and turning on certain situations. You have a situation where you need to be respectful, you need to be an adult. You have situations where it's cool to play around and joke. You have situations where you might have to be that street dude, or at least carry yourself in a manner where people say, okay, he's not sticking out like a sore thumb. He looks like he's from around here.
Hmm. People are crazy. I mean, it to me, in my opinion, it just boils down. Some people just don't really. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about nobody. They only care about themselves. And fuck what you talking about. I just want to say what I want to say. And that I see that a lot, where people want to get their spill off and disregard what you saying or disregard what you trying to say. They completely disregard you as an individual and then expect you to not feel a type of way. And then you turn around and do the exact same thing to them while they're talking and they get done and you don't acknowledge or pay attention and you just start doing your own thing over here. Motherfuckers get mad about that shit. And it's like, you don't have enough brain sense to really realize I just did the exact same thing that your ass just did. Yet you didn't think
Yeah,
it was wrong when you did it to me, but it's all kinds of wrong when I just did the exact same thing back to you. Hold on, let me read what Jason Williams said. He says, speaking on kids, um, some things are the same from our childhood, but so much is different. I really found myself thinking I can give them the lessons that apply in our time for today. You can, but some of these youngsters as well, they don't give a damn about nothing. They just don't care. Like, it's a lost generation.
yeah. And that's and see, it's not so much that they don't care, is
Hmm.
they don't have that individual that can capture their attention.
Hmm.
That could be somebody that they respect, somebody they look up to, or somebody that they know ain't going for that bull. The problem is those kids don't have those individuals in their lives. If they had that individual in their life, then that individual can tell them, hey, look, y'all ain't supposed to be doing this. Y'all ain't gotta act like this because this is what's gonna happen. I was just watching a live a video on YouTube the earlier today, and it
Hmm.
was about teenage kids going to jail. This one dude, this one dude, literally um analyzed this 15-year-old girl. He was 14, she was 15. He he poked her, or he stabbed her with the knife 115 times.
That's a frenzy.
115. I don't think anybody can grasp how much hatred you have in your heart to stab somebody 115 times. Do you know how
Really?
long that takes to stab somebody 115 times?
That's crazy.
And
Mental
they they
illness
they
is real.
they they, they gave the young man 30 years for premeditated murder, and they gave him 30 years for no, they gave him, yeah, 30 years for premeditated murder and 30 years for no, that case he got tried as a juvenile. So in
Okay.
7 years he will be back on the streets.
Wow.
And I'm like, th- th- there's no way. And what they found out,
Hmm.
he was telling his friends earlier that week that he was gonna unalive somebody. And he took the girl to the woods, and that's what he did. And they got pictures on social media of him sitting in the back of the police car holding up the peace sign. And he typed on social media, have anybody seen, I believe the young girl name was Tristan. He was like, have anybody seen Tristan lately? and
That
and laughing emojis behind it.
that's
And I'm
ridiculous.
like, I said, there's no way he should have been tried as a juvenile. He should have been
At
tried
all.
as an adult.
For real. And I agree with you on that. It's like that, and that's why I say that, and that is why I said they're lost. Like they don't understand what emotions are. They don't know how to deal with it. That emotional intelligence. And come to think, as a kid, most of them don't have emotional intelligence. They don't know how to deal with their emotions. It's like it's either all good or it's all bad. It's like fuck my life or fucking rainbows and fucking unicorns and shit. Like they don't understand that there is a calm time for you to just relax, chill, enjoy being around your friends because hell, you never know what's gonna happen. Just like this situation happened. That boy, in my opinion, he knows what he did was wrong, but he's emotionless behind it. That makes
So
you a very dangerous individual from what I've
see,
read and the things I've seen.
see, you this is what separates trialing. I mean, putting a child on a in a case as an adult, or putting a
Mhm,
child in a case as a child.
mhm.
If a teenage child can do something like that and try to hide it, he knew what he was doing.
Yep,
He knew what he was doing. So
yep.
you can't say, "Oh, he's a child. He don't know what he's doing." Yes, he does. He tried to hide it. When a child, if you let a 5-year-old kid take a firearm, 9 times out of 10, if that firearm is loaded, he's going to shoot somebody with it because he's going to think it's a toy. They don't
Right.
know that that's a real firearm. They don't know. They don't know if I shoot you that you're not going to come back. They're going to think, okay, I shoot you, you're going to play like you did, and then you're going to
Right.
get up. Because when that's what they do, when you give them these toys, these toy guns, they
Hmm.
shoot you with a little Nerf dart, and you play like you did, and then you get up a couple of minutes later.
Hmm.
But when you give them a real firearm, they don't know that that's a real firearm. They don't know that once I pull this trigger, that person is not. If I hit him in the right place, that person is not coming back.
Right.
That
Definitely
that's a
not.
that's an innocent child, a 14-year-old kid that planned to do what he did and then try to hide it, and then sat in the back of the police car giving up the peace sign and asking, have anybody seen the young lady lately? He knew what he was doing.
That's a damn shame.
But because he was 14, he knew that the state wasn't going to try him as an adult. And then he's going to come out at 21 years old, and he's going to do it again. Now, he
Unfortunately.
will get tried as an adult when he's 21 years old, but that's a life that you could have saved if you would have just tried him as an adult the first time.
That's right. That's right. Let me see. We got Jason William. He said, and we aren't allowed to give tough love or be firm disciplinarians. But all that love and understanding contributes to the bad behaviors we are seeing. Look, knocking the hell out of somebody. That's all I'm saying. I'm about to whoop your ass. Belt ties, literally, is what was happening. I'll be damned
See,
you tell me I can't whoop my child. Look, let me tell you what we not gonna do. Is tell me how to raise my child in my home that I pay for. I wasn't on Section 8, so I didn't go through any of that. I never qualified. So by those rules and what how they operate, you can't tell me what to do. I pay for
I'm gonna tell you
everything.
like I'm gonna tell you like this. If you go look at majority of these people that's in prison right now, I'm talking about the people of nowadays. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
talking about the people from when we were kids and things like that. People that, excuse me, that's been in jail for 40 years. And
Mm-hmm.
some of them may be in the same situation as well. But if you go look at the majority of those people that's in jail right now,
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you most of them has never been disciplined. I guarantee you most of them was out there to fend for themselves. Their parents wasn't around, or their parents didn't care what they did. I guarantee you, 90% of them, their parents didn't care what they did when they was kids. I see it
Mm-hmm.
all the time. I see it all the time. Kids just no. Literally. I was riding through DC. I say probably 2, maybe 3 months ago. This is when I was working on the weekends. I get
Mm-hmm.
off of work at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm going home. Tell me why. I seen the boy couldn't been no older than 9 years old, walking down the street to the gas station by himself to go get something to drink. Cause I literally pulled up. I'm like, hey, what you doing out here? Why are you out here by yourself? He like, oh, I'm going to the gas station to give me something to drink. I'm like, where's your parents? He was like, they're in the house. Why they didn't come get you something to drink? Why are you walking to the store by yourself? He's
Right.
like, oh, I do this all the time. I do this all the time.
And he, you know,
But
and I hate to say he could have been lying. You know what I'm saying? That his parents weren't even at home. But if they were truly at home, like he says they are, that's that's horrible. Like I never let my son walk anywhere. Just now, like I say, since he's been, probably a sophomore in high
no,
school, is when I start
I'm gonna
letting him. Hey, if you miss the bus, bro, you gonna have to walk. We don't live
I'm gonna
that
tell you right
far, but you gonna have to walk, buddy.
now. At 3 o'clock in the morning, unless you are an adult, you have a
Mm-hmm.
job, you have you have you're adult, you have a job that ain't nobody leaving out my house at no 3 o'clock in the morning unless it's a family emergency. And 9 times out of 10, we all going.
Right.
I got a 22-year-old stepdaughter that live with us right now. She's not leaving out the house at no 3 o'clock in the morning to go to no store.
No.
If anything, she gonna say, hey, Dwayne, can you go to the store for me? I really need this, or man needs some medicine, or they should need some medicine.
Mm-hmm.
She's not leaving out the house at no 3 o'clock in the morning. My wife ain't leaving out the house 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
I know damn well ain't none of my kids at 9 years old. Your ass, if you not sleep, you better be in a room pretending like you sleep.
Right. Ain't no way. And to Jason William, he said we are all around the same age. When have you ever seen this many students assaulting teachers? I ain't never seen that when I was in high school. I didn't really
No,
I didn't really see it like that until my son got to I think 11th grade, maybe 12th grade. No, I think after he graduated is when the incident happened at his high school that made national news. And I was like, oh goodness gracious, here we go. But yeah, it made national news about the high school in Mansfield, about the young man who brought a brought a weapon to school, and he was getting bullied, and he had
no.
had enough, and
I've
he
never in my
fired
life
back.
heard. out of the 12, no, I said 12. Out of the 14 years I was in school, I have never heard of any kids putting their hands on a teacher.
Nope, I ain't heard of it.
Any. And I'm talking about, I went to a different school damn near every year because my father was in the military, so we kept getting stationed in different
Mm-hmm.
places. So we would move a lot. So I one year I'd be at this school, the next year I'd be at a school across town. The following year I'd be at another school. So I went to a lot of different schools growing up. It wasn't until I got to high school that we had a steady spot because my father had passed away. And prior to that, he was already retired from the military, but he had passed away. So when I went to high school, I went to two high schools. When
Mm-hmm.
I was going to one, I was going to one high school. My father had passed away. My mother was working as a daycare provider, and she was making good money, so she wanted to move out of her apartment into a house. So we moved into a house, and that's when I had transferred to another high school, and I stayed at that high school for 3 years and graduated. But
Mm-hmm.
I have never ever heard of a person putting their hands on a teacher. Now I heard of fights breaking out in front of teachers, but not no students putting their hands on teachers. Nah,
Yeah.
and damn sure I'm not nobody in my family gonna do it because if we ever got in trouble in school, let alone put our hands on the teacher, we getting our ass whooped in the principal office and all the way home. We getting our ass whooped. Is the whooping
Exactly.
going to start it's going to start in the principal office, and that whipping ain't going to stop until we get in our bedroom and my mother or my father get tired of whooping us.
That's it. These kids, they don't have, and I can applaud them having no fear. I get it, but shit, we were scared of our parents. We were motherfucking petrified of our parents. These
Uh,
motherfuckers right now, they not scared of a damn thing.
like I told you, I never even knew what the hell CPS was until I went to New York. And me and my first wife, we had took her baby brother in because her mother passed away right before we got married. Her mother passed away, so we took her baby brother in. He was 12 years old, and he was messing up in school, so his sister beat his butt. And because he's light skinned, he had a couple of little whelps on the bottom of his thigh. It wasn't on his face, it wasn't on his stomach, or anything. It was the bottom of his thigh where he was trying to run and kick and all that, and the belt hit him in the leg. And because he was light skinned, he had a couple of
Mm-hmm.
whelps on his leg. So they asked him, and he was like, "My sister gave me a beating." So we got a letter from the CPS, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, "What the fuck is CPS?" And my wife at the time, she was like, "That's Child Protective Services." I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" She like, they the people that come if you mistreat your kids, they come and take the kids from you. And I'm like, when this started, she was like, "This always been around." I said, "I ain't never heard of this shit before." And so the guidance counselor and the police officer came to the house, and they was asking us some questions or whatever, and we told him he was messing up in school, he was being disrespectful, so he got a beating. And so the guidance counselor was like, "Oh well, you can't put your hands on them, this and that. That the law said you can't put your hands on your kids or like that or whatever, or they can be taken." So the lady left out. The police officer stood there, and he was like, "Ma'am, sir," he said, "I understand. You can. I'm not telling you not to whoop your kids because I know how these kids are. Just make sure you do it in a spot where it doesn't show." He said, "You got
Mm-hmm.
to punch him in the stomach. If you got to make sure he got pants on when you give him a beating, make sure you do it where it doesn't show." He said, "I know how it is. I still beat my kids. Nobody's going to tell me not to beat my kids. I'm just letting you know so you don't get in trouble for it. But keep doing what you're doing. You ain't do nothing wrong." And then he walked out the door.
Mm-hmm. And it's crazy that it gets to that level because now don't get it out of I don't want anybody to get anything misconstrued here. Some of the children do need to be taken. Some of them truly do. Not the ones that are being disciplined, they're being held accountable because accountability seems to be floating in the air, but motherfuckers keep running from accountability.
Yeah.
And it because it has to start somewhere. I mean, I came from with how I was raised. My mama's going to make you feel like a piece of shit. If you fuck up, she's going to talk about that shit all motherfucking day. Every time she
Mm-hmm.
look at you, she's going to remind you of what you have done for a full 12 motherfucking hours. You're gonna have to hear this shit, and each time she said, you're gonna feel smaller and smaller and smaller. Thus, the frustration kicks in, and it's like, I'm gonna
Well,
go be
and
violent. You know, I'm gonna go be violent. Let me go play basketball. I can go be
yeah,
violent in basketball.
and
Man,
I
that was
yeah,
how I got
and
it
I
all off.
right, and I understand every situation doesn't cause for a child to get beat. That's why
Mm-hmm.
I'm exactly like my father was, and I don't know if I inherited that or that's. I mean, I guess I must have. It's my temperament. I let stuff build up. I'm not gonna beat you. I'm gonna tell you, keep playing. I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, I give you enough time to correct yourself. And my father did the same thing. He would let this stuff build up until he said, okay, you know what? I done had enough. I done heard this too many times, and you ain't corrected. Now it's time for me to put leather to your ass. And
Mm-hmm.
he ain't gonna do no talking. It ain't nothing. He's coming in the room and he's telling you lay your ass down. And you already know, soon as he opened up the door, the first thing your eyes gravitate to is the belt in his hand, and you know what time it is.
Yep.
Because my father don't come in there and hold the belt and talk to you. He come in there and tell you lay down. Because when he grabbed the belt, it ain't no more talking. He gave you enough time to correct yourself. You didn't do it, and now it's time. Like my father would let stuff build up for days. Like it would start on Monday. If you ain't correct, if you keep getting in trouble throughout the week from Monday pretty much until about Saturday. Saturday he hears something else. That's when the boiling point and it came to the head. He said, "Okay, I done had enough," and that's when you getting your ass whooped.
Look,
You
my
getting your
mama.
ass whooped right then and there, and you getting whooped for every single thing you did throughout the week, cause he's gonna remind you everything you did throughout the week as he whooping your ass.
My mama would risk an asthma attack. Her ass is gonna whoop you and talk to you and cuss your ass out the entire time, risking having a fucking asthma attack. I've never known somebody that like to beat the shit out of somebody as much as my mama did. Will go get an inhaler when she get done and still be ready to come back for round two to beat your ass all over again. Like, I'm like, it ain't even that bad. But that's what she did. Then I let my son get away with certain things. But when it came to, I pick him up from daycare because when I was working, he was in school, elementary. So I drop him off at daycare. He get breakfast at home. He'll get another breakfast at daycare. So he's eating twice before he even get to school. Then they take him to school. He go to school. They pick him up. He got they feed him dinner up there. They help him with his homework, and then I pick him up, and then now he got dinner at home. So my child was eating his. That boy was eating. My son ain't missed no motherfucking meals. I can guarantee you that. But when we get home, there is no let's play the game. There is no. Let me get this homework and see what you done done. Let me see how far you done got. If you ain't finished, you can sit your no. We not finna eat right now. There is no snacks. There's none of that. We finna sit down, get this work done. Then when we get done, now you can have whatever dinner you want because we ain't finna do no snacks. There is no snacks. No, motherfucker,
Yeah,
eat this goddamn food. You finna eat some real food. I cooked something unless it was Friday. Friday, that's that fitting for yourself. But I'm not finna cook nothing, so we finna go swing the Wendy's, or something like that, grab something to eat, and we finna get to the house. And that's what we finna be. There is no let's go play, let's go do this first. Absolutely not. We got
yeah.
order
I mean,
around this motherfucker. And the minute he was like, oh, I don't feel like doing homework. You feel like doing what? Oh, okay. Okay, I thought that's what I heard. Let me get this bell real quick. Pow, on the table. So we're doing this, or do you want this? You can do this homework, and we got to worry about this. You got a choice. Take your pick. Because You got one more time to tell me, because you already said it once. You got one more time to tell me I don't feel like doing my homework right now. Okay, then ain't worry about it. Get up. I'm finna help you.
And
Let me help you
your
out.
mother was better than mine. My mother tell you what to do, and that's it. You already knew. She tell you clean your room. Ain't nothing else to it. You clean your room. She coming. If you head out that door and she go check your room and it's not clean, oh, best believe you about to get beat in front of all your friends.
Oh no, that was
You about
me
to
with
get beat.
Christian. My mama, if she had to tell you to clean your room, that's the problem. My brothers, they
Like my
didn't do
mother, my
shit.
mother beat us. My mother was the disciplinary one. Like I
Mm-hmm.
said, my father would let stuff build up. But throughout the week, we got pop. We got beatings from my mother throughout the week. My father let all that stuff build up because when he coming in, oh, it's gonna be an ass whooping. Trust me. When they say you get your ass whooped to where you can't sit down, those were the ass whoopings that I got from my father. Like he
Yeah.
literally whooped my ass so bad that I can't sit down. I gotta lay on my stomach because my father was the type when he tell you to lay down, you laying down with either just your drawers on or you laying down with no clothes on. He getting bare skin and you getting your
Mm-mm.
ass whooped. And my father, that's why I said my father he will let the stuff build up because he know when he if he gotta come in there and he whoop our ass, it's gonna be an ass whooping that we ain't gonna forget. I can
Mm-hmm.
count on one hand how many times I got a beating from my father. My mother, I can't even count how many times I got beat from
Me
my
either.
mother.
I can't
But
count.
my
My
father,
dad has never whooped
I
me.
can count on one hand
My dad
because
has
like
never done that.
my mother would she would beat us because she knew that we was gonna mess up. Like we'll go to church. I would get a beating before we go to church, and then I would get a beating after church because we still messed up. Like my mother would beat us and say, "I know y'all gonna mess up, so let me go ahead and get it out the way now." And then we go to church and we still act up. We got a beating after church.
Oh yeah, I already know, and that's the crazy thing is my mom with her, she ain't finna do too much talking before. She'll do all the talking she want to do is during the ass whooping. I'm like, woman, I don't understand why you don't understand. I don't want to hear shit you got to say. You beating the
No,
shit out of me. I don't want to hear you right now. I just want you to
I, t- I,
just
I
whoop my
told
ass.
everybody
Just get it over with.
I got beat so much from my mother to about by the time I was 10 years old. The beating stopped hurting. My
Yeah,
mother
no,
would
that shit
my
gonna
mother
hurt,
would whoop
boy.
my mother would whoop my ass and I bust out laughing. She'd be like, "Boy, get your little crazy tail up out of here." Dewan, come here, and he'll try to act like the beating don't hurt, but his ass crying like hell.
I'm
I'm sitting
like,
there
I
cracking
don't
up
want to
laughing.
get. I don't want no whooping, bro. Leave
The
me
the
alone.
only
Can I
time
move?
the only time I ever got nervous, like the only time I ever got nervous was when my father came in the room to whoop my ass because I knew, for one, my father barely whooped my ass.
Mm-hmm.
For two, I knew once he whooped my ass, this whooping is going to last for about a good 3 to 5 minutes. This is going to be about a 3 to 5 minute ass whooping.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't. I
Like
don't. I don't want none of that
my
shit.
father, my father said, when I beat you until my arm get tired.
Man,
He ain't just beating until he tired of talking. He said, "I beat you till my arm gets tired." My father would have that damn belt, and you better not move. You move, that's just gonna make the whooping even longer because he's not gonna chase you with the belt. He gonna say, "Lay back down." That's
mm-hmm.
all he gonna do. He gonna say, "Lay back down."
Oh no, I'm moving around. She never told us to sit down because she want to catch you off guard. And it's like, no, nigga, I know you're coming. The train is never late. It's about time for an ass whooping. There's no way in hell there was no way in hell me growing up there was going to be a day where I did not get a whooping. Not gonna happen.
I'm gonna
I'm
tell you why
going
I
to
never.
get beat
I'm gonna
every
tell you
day.
why I never ran from my father because my brother he tried to run from my father. When I saw my brother get clothesline at 9 years old, I lied to you not. He thought he was going to run out the room. My father hit him with the stiffest clothesline I have ever seen. It looked like my brother at that time, he was small. My brother's taller than me now, but at
Mm-hmm.
that time my brother was real small. And when he hit my brother with that clothesline, I swear to God, I thought my brother head came off. That his you ever been hit so hard that the rest of your body is still moving, but the part that got hit just stopped? Like he was running, and this is his body. He's running. When he got hit, his legs kept going. Like his feet was still kicking in the air, but the rest of the from the neck up was stopped at my father's arm. I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm not running. I just gotta take this ass whooping. I'm not running. My brother, I think that clothesline was the worst part of the whole ass whoop because my brother got up
Hell
and he
yeah.
couldn't breathe for like about a good 2 minutes. He couldn't breathe because he got caught right in the neck.
Oh yeah, I know it
I
is.
like, I'm
That
not
kind of
running.
the only time I've ever seen anything like that was on the football field, and my brother got hit, and he got hit. So I mean, my brother he caught the ball. We were at the game. Me and my daddy and my grandma. We was at the game. My brother caught the ball. You seen my brother? Back then, my brother was about this big, so he was real skinny and puny back then. This was like him in high school. So I don't think my brother weighed a buck 50, give or take. And next thing I'm telling you, he caught the ball. He was running. So we thought he was out of there. So we thought he got hit. It's like he flew back 50 damn yards in the air. And I was like, whoa. My daddy looked at me and my
Uh,
grandmama looked
that
at
was
me
the
and
funny. That
I
was
almost took off running because I was about to hop that motherfucking fence and we was finna get down. You cannot hit
that
my
was the
brother like that. I can't.
no, that I only seen a person get clothesline like that twice. One was my brother, and one was my cousin. My
Mm-hmm.
cousin, we was outside playing tag. And you playing tag, one person is it, you running around trying to make sure you don't get tagged.
Yeah.
So she my cousin was chasing me. You got the telephone pole, right? You got the
Mm-hmm.
telephone pole on the street, and it got that steel line that comes from the side of it to keep it standing straight up, and it comes at an angle. So I'm running, and normally it has a bar on it, but the one in our neighborhood, somebody took the bar off, so it's just a line there.
Oh.
So I'm running. I seen the line. I ducked under it. My cousin was running so fast that she didn't
Mm.
see the line. She thought she was about to get me. She didn't see the line. I ducked up under that joint, kept on running. She caught the full brunt of that daggone clothesline. I mean, of that cable. Dog, when I
God.
said her legs was in there, like she literally almost wrapped around the daggone. That's how fast she was running. She hit that bitch,
That's not funny,
and
but it
her
is.
legs almost came all the way back around. Dog, she had a web from her ear all the way down to her motherfucking shoulder,
I know
and
they
she's light
didn't.
skinned. She
Oh, it
she's light
showed up
skinned.
real good. It showed up real good on her.
Dog, when I say I laugh so fucking hard because I knew that the line was there, and all I heard was I'm about to go, and I looked back, and all I see was her feet kicking. Her feet was kicking in the air. Man, I laughed so hard because she was in mid stride when she got caught with that joint. She was literally about to say I'm about to get you, and she said I'm about to, and all you saw was that clothesline, boom, and her motherfucking feet was flipping. I was like, God dang, Keisha,
Painful.
you got fucked up. She like, I don't want to play no more. I said, I bet you don't. I bet you don't want to play no more.
Oh, that shit's
But
painful. I ain't
those are the
never got
only
caught
two
like that.
times. Those are the two times I seen somebody get clothesline like
I ain't
that.
get clothes
But
on,
when
but you know that thing that people used to do. I guess they used to do it in the karate movies where you're talking and they right in your throat. Just my uncle used to do that to me when I was little. I was like his little test dummy to see if all his ninja moves actually worked. That was me. So I could be talking, he'd go right in your throat all the time. That was at least three or
dog,
four
I'm
times
gonna
a
tell you,
day.
the first time I ever seen my mother put hands on my father, It was the funniest thing ever. I was probably about 5 years old. I was probably about 5 years old. My father was on one side of the room. My mother's brother, my uncle, he was on the other side of the room.
Mm-hmm.
They was tossing me from one side of the room to the other side of the room. It's like you know how you playing with the kid. You be like, yeah, and then my uncle would catch me, and then he'd turn around and throw me to my father. And
Oh.
my father, my father, I guess he must have thought it would be cool or something to not catch me. And you know, in the apartment, you got those metal radiators that's like in a little snake shape. When my uncle threw me, my father moved out of the way. I went chest first into the radiator, and I couldn't breathe
Oh,
for
fuck.
about 5 minutes. And my father looked at him. He like, breathe, Dwayne, breathe, breathe. But he's whispering because he don't want my mother to hear. He's whispering, breathe, Dwayne, breathe, breathe, breathe. He pressing on my chest. I'm like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I wasn't crying, but the wind was knocked out of me. I'm like, I can't breathe. I can't
Oh,
breathe.
that's
He like,
fucked up.
breathe, breathe. My mother must have heard the noise, so she comes in the room and she see my father over top of me like breathing one. My mother was like, "What happened?" My father was like, hold on, I'm trying to get him to breathe. I can't breathe, I can't breathe. So finally, I got my wind, and my mother was like, "What happened?" I looked at my uncle, I looked at my father. I'm waiting for one of them to say something. Ain't even one of them say. I said, Uncle Junie threw me to dad, and dad moved out of the way. My chest hit that daggone radiator. My mother said, "So y'all thought my son was a basketball? Y'all just thought he was a ball that y'all could just throw around the room?" Man, my mother caught my father with the quickest two-piece I have ever seen in my life. I lied to you not. My mother is 5 foot 2.5. My father is 5'11", 190 pounds. My mother probably somewhere around 131, 140. She hit my father with a two-piece and dropped his ass.
Oh,
Not
bloody.
no, not no. My father just went down or not. No, she dropped his ass. My uncle Junie said, "I'm out." He ran. My mother said, "Oh no, don't run, cause when I catch you, I'm gonna whoop your ass even more." I said, when I looked, I was like, "Dang, dad, mommy dropped you." He said, "Shut up, I'll whoop your ass."
You look now. You already can't breathe. You should have left him
He
alone and
like,
let him
"Shut up,
hold on
I'll
to
whoop
his
your ass."
pride. Let him hold on to
No,
whatever
that
pride
that's
he
when
has left.
I knew my mother had hands because I heard. I mean, I was 5, but I heard the stories that my mother used to beat people up
Mm-hmm.
whenever they pushed her buttons. But I've never seen my mother. Like I said, my mother is a real quiet. She's like my wife. She's real quiet. She
Mm-hmm.
laugh and joke. You would never think that she had that type of side of her. But when she caught my father with that two-piece and his ass hit that floor like a bag of rocks, I was like, "Oh yeah, mom got hands."
Oh yeah, cold blooded. But hey, I understand. Trust me, I understand because and this thing with mothers and daughters, I will never understand that. My thing used to be, if you don't want me to answer your question, don't ask me a question. Because if you ask me, then I feel like I'm obligated, like I don't have a choice. I have to answer it. How the fuck am I supposed to know the shit's rhetorical? I don't know that. You're asking me something, so I'm gonna give you an answer. And you know, when they don't want you to talk and they want to
But
provoke
see,
you.
but that's where all the problems come from with these young kids when they stop parents from being able to beat their kids. When they stop the parents from being able to beat the kids, that's when all of this stuff started. And it started with the white kids. It started with the white
Mm-hmm.
kids. Not to be racist or anything like that. But remember, all the little comedians used to say it in their little skit. Oh, a white kid cussed his mother out or this,
Yeah.
this, and that. it, I seen that happen in real life. I'm working as a daggone special police officer, and a lady said something to her son, and he was like, "Mom, shut the fuck up." I grabbed his little ass. I said, "Who are you talking to?" And the
Ain't
lady, the
no
lady was like,
way.
"No, no, 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 don't hit." I said, "I'm not gonna hit him, but who the hell are you talking to?" He like, "Mom, get him." I said, "Ma'am, stand right there for a second." I said, "Dog, I don't care what you do in your own home, but when you around here, around me, if I ever hear you say that again to your mother, I don't care what your mother do. I'ma beat your ass myself.
That's right.
I'ma beat your ass." I said, "Now apologize to your mother." He like, "I'm sorry." I'm like, "You
Okay.
don't never." I said, "That lady brought you here. If it wasn't for her, your little ass wouldn't be here." You ain't sitting there
Hmm.
telling me some, "Mom, shut the fuck up." I'm like, nigga,
Ain't
y'all
no
niggas is crazy.
way. Ain't no way in hell that's gonna fly in real life. Like we didn't do things like that. But it was all the little white kids that did stuff like that. It was majority, the bulk of them. And the only way that you would actually even hear children talking like that is because their parents were never around. Their parents was always working, always gone. Their parents was never at the fucking house. So then that comes the children have to then raise themselves. So what what else, what other behavior are you expecting them to exude? That's what they're gonna do because that's what they know. Because ain't nobody around, and they're gonna talk like that,
Uh,
which is the
that,
crazy
like I said,
thing.
that's what happened when you see that's what I think society or people in high places, I don't think they realize when
Hmm.
it comes to these young kids, it's almost not to say it in a barbaric way,
Hmm.
but it's almost like when you have a pet dog. In order for that dog to respect you, they have to fear you. And it's
Hmm.
almost the same thing with a child. If a child doesn't fear you, the child is not going to respect you.
Right.
And I don't mean to use it in that way, but
That's a fact,
that's
though.
pretty much how it is. If a
Hmm.
child doesn't fear you, it's not going to respect you. Yes, a child will love you. For most kids love their parents, but a kid is not going to listen to somebody that they don't fear. They
Yeah.
listen to somebody that they are scared of. And
That
so
and
if you don't have that authority over them, they're not going to listen to nothing that you say.
yeah,
The reason why these daggone kids don't fear the police is because the parents don't fear the police.
yeah.
And it's
The
partially because of what the police have done, the bad apples that's on the police force. They cause that division between civilians and law
hmm
enforcement. But when you show that in front of your kids, what you expect your kids to do? They're gonna walk these streets and do exactly what you do.
hmm
You don't have no respect for the police, so they're not gonna have no respect for the police.
which is the crazy part. And a lot of these behaviors that we're seeing right now, when it comes to these kids, is like I say, a lack of parenting because parents ain't around, or the children have lied their way, to get what they want. And you can tell when all the parents do is just give them what they want, give them what they want. And the one motherfucking time that they don't get what they want, they have a whole motherfucking meltdown. That tells you all the meltdowns you see in Walmart and at the grocery stores, the meltdowns you see at the gas station. That should tell you everything you need to motherfucking know. Oh, them kids get whatever the fuck they want. Their parent must have just told them no for the first time because
Like what
therein
was that?
lies that behavior.
What was that joint that Martin said on his comedy show? He like these white people started that whole timeout shit. He like, "Oh, Johnny, get your ass in timeout." And the whole way to timeout, Johnny like, "Fuck you, mom, fuck you, bitch, you bitch, fuck you, bitch," all the way to timeout. But like, like when my father he did timeout, but it wasn't a timeout that the society looked at timeout where you just stick a kid in the corner and say, "Are you in timeout right now?" Now, what
Yeah.
my father did in timeout, this nigga will lay two plates down. He will pour rice on the plate. You will get in some shorts. You will get on your knees and put your knees on top of that rice and have your hands up on the wall.
Oh no,
If
I'm gonna
y'all
just
don't
get a
know
whooping and get it
how,
over with.
no, if y'all don't know how bad that shit hurt, just try it for 1 minute.
Oh
Put
yeah, I
put some
already
rice
know.
on the plate. Put some rice on the plate, and then put your knees in it and put your hands on the wall and just sit there for about a minute. I guarantee you, your ass can't sit there for a minute. I
Oh yeah,
guarantee you.
I already know. Like I say, I didn't have to go through any of that. It was you just finna get a whooping. Just let me get this whooping. Let me get this shit over with, so I can get the hell on back and go do what the hell I want to do.
You know the
And
other thing that my father did that well, my it wasn't my father, it was my grandfather,
mm,
my mother's father. This nigga would give a he would like when we get in trouble, instead of he said, okay, if you don't want a beating, this is what we're gonna have to do. This is what we're gonna do, and for you not to get a beating, he will have you stand in the middle of the living room. He will give you two dictionaries. You will have to stretch your arms out and hold the
oh
dictionaries. If you drop your arms, you get your ass whooped. So he'll have you standing for about a good 5 to 10 minutes. If you drop your arms, that means you getting a beating. If you keep your arms up, then you don't get no beating.
yeah, I'm just gonna take the
Man,
whooping.
dog,
I'm gonna
them
take the whooping.
motherfucking them dictionaries was heavy as hell. But see,
Yeah,
we kids, we not knowing. My grandfather already knew. Not only are you gonna be sitting there with your arms tied and you're gonna end up getting a beating anyway.
yeah.
We thinking, oh, we can hold a dictionary. It's two dictionary. We can hold it. So we're like, man, fuck it. I hold a dictionary. We held that dictionary.
Let
Once
me
we
get a
get
whooping.
past 1 minute, once we get past 1 minute, the motherfucker dictionaries felt like it went from feeling like 2 pounds to feeling like 10 pounds, to feeling
Hmm.
like 20 pounds, feeling like 40 pounds. Next thing you know, you went from having your arms stretched out wide to having your arms down by your hip.
Oh, see, that's what. That's all I'm saying. Like I didn't get those kind of options. It was yeah. Let me go in the house real quick. Let me get this whooping. I'll be back in a minute. It's not gonna take
And,
long.
and so you still end up getting a whooping anyway because you couldn't hold the goddamn dictionaries up.
Yeah.
Man, my like I see that like I tell my kids also, I say y'all niggas got it easy. Y'all wasn't brought up like I was brought up. The reason why I never went to jail because I ain't want to get in trouble. It ain't had nothing to do with the police. I knew when I made it back home, I was getting fucked up.
Exactly.
I was gonna get beat by my mother. I was gonna get beat by my father. I was gonna get beat by my grandmother
You gonna
and my
get whooped.
grandfather. And if my great grandmother was around, I was gonna get beat by her too.
You're gonna get a whooping just for being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Like I didn't even do nothing, but your ass was there. See, that's why I said
That,
these
that,
kids. They
see when I
but I didn't have to worry about that with Christian because Christian, excuse me, Christian found video games. So he's going to be
mm,
in the house. He's going to play games with his friends. And that's what he do now. Is he'll play, they do Twitch, they do all kind of stuff together. But they're playing the games together. And then if they're not playing the game, they're on the Discord, on a Discord phone call together. And I'm like, that's what he does. That's his
yeah,
thing. I know where my child
the only person I had to worry about that with is with my oldest son because for some reason he wants to be street. I'm like, nigga, you grew up in the suburbs. Why the hell you want to be street? You not from the hood, nigga. You
is. It's
don't
a
know nothing
phase.
about being in the hood. But what 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 a lot of people what see, what I didn't have to worry about being at the wrong place at the wrong time because when I was growing up, nigga, we couldn't leave off the block.
Right.
So in order for you to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, that means you had to leave off the block. Now there was a few times that I did sneak off the block because we had this little creek behind our house where we
Mm-hmm.
lived at. We had a creek behind our house. And so we would go down in the creek and catch crawfish. We call them crayfish, but I know down in the south y'all call
Yeah,
them crawfish.
crawfish. Mm-hmm.
We would go down there and catch crawfish. We would catch little minnows,
Mm-hmm.
tapos, and things like that. And so we following down the creek, not knowing when we came out of the creek after we going down the creek and everything, not knowing we was like 17 blocks down the street. We were like we I lived in Landover.
Damn.
When I came out of the creek, my ass was in daggone Cheverly. And I mean, a lot of y'all don't know the distance
You
between
said
Landover and
17
Cheverly,
blocks. That's a
but
long way.
but I said like 17 blocks. It was actually longer than that. The distance from Landover to Cheverly was about from where I lived at was about 5 miles. So when I came out the damn creek, I had to walk all the way back home. Me and my cousin, we had to walk all the way back home. And us not thinking to go back down in the creek and walk back through the creek, we walked down the street. Who do we see coming down the damn highway as we walking down the street? My goddamn godmother and my mother.
Dun, dun,
My
dun,
mother said,
dun.
get y'all tails. What? First of all, they pulled over. They were like, "What are y'all doing down here?" We're like, "Oh, we was in the creek and we walked down the creek." She like, "What y'all doing down here though?" She like, "I told you not to leave off the block." I like, I didn't know where we was at. We was in the creek and I didn't realize where we was at. She like, "Why was you even in the creek in your new clothes?" I was like,
Ooh,
"Oh, dang, I'm in my new
double,
clothes." So she like,
double
"Get your tail
problem.
in the car. Get your tail in the car." I got in the car. The whole time they talking to us all the way back home. My mother is the type of person, she gonna put you on Front Street. She not gonna sit here and just take it in the privacy of her own home.
Yeah, that's my mama
We
too.
get out the car, walk in the yard. Instead of my mother opening the door and we going in the house and she send us to our room and so she can give us a beating, my mother took the damn belt off of her pocketbook. You know, the skinny strip, the skinny
Mm-hmm.
shoulder holster. She took that joint off and started whooping my ass with that. So my
Gotcha.
whole neighborhood is outside. Like when I grew up, all the kids is outside playing. They
Mm-hmm.
girls jumping double dutch, boys playing throwback football and or tag or whatever have you. So everybody's outside. I'm getting my ass whooped in the front yard. Everybody walking past laughing like shit. I was like, I'm not going outside for about a good month. I'm not going outside for about a month. I don't even want to go to school. I don't even want everybody to see me get my ass whooped in the front yard. I don't even want to go to school.
Man, my
So
folks
that's
knew.
what I said. These kids nowadays, they don't know, they don't have the discipline that we had coming up.
Right.
That's
They
why
don't have it.
a lot of us that's successful, a lot of us that never made it to jail or never made it to prison or never really did anything that caused you to go to those places is
Mm-hmm.
because we was disciplined as a child.
That's right.
These kids nowadays don't get disciplined like that.
I from what I've seen is kids know how to get over on their parents. They know how to act and behave when they get home, and then when they get out in the world, they act like somebody that ain't got no goddamn sense. Appreciate your host ideas. Have a good night. And I've seen that happen, and I'm like, do you know how your child really act? They gotta know. They gotta know because from the crap I have seen to the kids having these situations, like I said, to where they act like they having these meltdowns because they done got told no, and then like I said, that tells you a lot. When you hear them begging, don't nobody like no begging ass child. I'm sorry, no one likes a begging ass child. So from a lot of the things that I have seen is the kids gonna beg, they gonna ask you one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10 times. That's a lot of chances you finna get. They can do all that
Yeah.
now. Back then, you asked my mama one time, like it was always, don't ask me nothing while I'm asleep. And who you think the main one when she go to sleep wanna ask her something? My brother. Knowing she don't know a damn thing because she sleep, she tired. And she just telling, yeah, get out of my face. He gone. I don't know where he gone to. I don't know what the conversation was because I'm not around it. It got dark and my brother came home. He didn't get in trouble. I got in trouble because I somehow knew where he was at. But I'm like that, and when he's young, my brother, that's just the behavior that he exudes. My brother was hard to believe, straight A student. He just didn't like to sit still very long. So he's gonna get bored. He's got to go find something to do. He can sit in that class. Like he taught the class one time. He told the teacher that she was wrong, and he took over and taught the class. Like that's my brother. And I was like, what the
Mm-hmm.
fuck is wrong with you? Why are you like this? Like, bruh, life can't be this hard. You can't keep making these dumbass decisions to where you telling the teachers they're wrong, you teaching the class, you telling the math teacher she wrong, so now you're gonna teach the math class. Like, you cannot be this fucking bad. But he was smart, so it was no issue. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom, she wasn't finna discipline him. It's just not gonna motherfucking happen. Me, just let me go and get my whooping and let me get it over with. Let me get this. Just give me this whooping. It's time. It's about what 6 o'clock. Yeah, it's time. Let me get this whooping and get this shit over with. Because I want you to leave me alone. And that's why I am the way that I am now. It get to a point where leave me the fuck alone. Don't talk to me. I don't even want you to look at me. You looking at me, if I want to be left alone, is gonna irritate the shit out of me. Just
Yeah.
go. Go find you
See,
something to do.
like another thing is too, like back when I was coming up, a lot of people that lived in the neighborhood, they lived in that neighborhood damn near their whole life.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the people that was living in those, that was our neighbors or lived on our block or whatever, they all went to school with my mother and father because my mother and father lived on that block the entire
Mm-hmm.
time. My father stayed at one end of the block. My father and my grandmother lived at one end of the block. My mother and my grandmother lived in the middle part of that block. So they all lived on that block. And then my godmother stayed around the corner. And then,
Mm-hmm.
and so all of those people that lived on that block, for the most part, they all been living there. So I will always be at my grandmother's house. We will always be either at my mother's house, my mother's grandmother house, my mother's mother house, or we would be at my father's mother house because whenever my grandmother used to watch us, so my mother went to work, my father went to work, my grandmother would watch us while they was at work. So when we get out of school, we go to my grandmother's house. So all of these people on the block, they knew me, they knew my entire family. My mother knew pretty much everybody on the block. So it wasn't like, that's why she would say don't leave the block, because she knew if she couldn't see me, somebody else on the block can see
Can
me,
see.
and
Yeah.
they would let her know, hey, Dwayne is over here doing that, or Dwayne is cool, you ain't got to worry about it. He's in front of my house or whatever have you. So my mother would always say never leave the block because everybody on the block knew each other. It wasn't
Mm-hmm.
like nowadays you can't really trust your neighbor because you don't know them, they just moved to the neighborhood,
Yeah.
this person over here just moved there, you don't really pay attention to this dude because he looks sneaky or whatever. So it's different nowadays than it
Mm-hmm.
was back when I was coming up.
Yeah.
So that's why when we say the neighborhood raised the kids, people are like, oh, you gonna let other people put your hands on your kids? It's not the same as it is now. Back then, everybody knew each other. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
hung out with each other. They would have get-togethers, and niggas would come to the house and eat or whatever have you. Like everybody would come to my grandmother's house. Either one of them, they would all come to my grandmother's house. They all had respect for both of my grandmothers. They knew them all their lives. That was like their mother as well. And my
Mm-hmm.
grandmother, she my mother's mother ended up becoming the pastor of our church. She started her own church, and so a lot of those people that was on the block went to our church. So we
Oh
all
yeah.
knew these people. Like I grew up. They pretty much, this block was pretty much like my family. I knew everybody on the block.
Yeah.
So it's different now than it is back then when I was growing up. Like when I was in elementary school, uh, I there was the only time I can get away with something is if I was to leave off the block and I was in a neighborhood that didn't nobody knew who I was. That was the only way I can get away with something. or if we were to go to the store and there was nobody at the store that knew us. If I was on the block, I wasn't getting away with nothing.
Yeah.
Everything I did on the block, it was being told. Oh, that was Dwayne, that was Jason, that was Dewan, that was Larry, that was Dirk. We all got snitched on because everybody in the block knew us. They all knew who we was.
Yeah.
Like my family was well known in our neighborhood, so it
Yeah.
wasn't like I can get away with anything because everybody knew who my family was. They were like, "Oh, that's Linda and Boopie's son." I'm like, "How the hell y'all know who I am?" "Oh, you look just like your father."
Yeah,
I know, I
man.
know, I know who Boopie's son is. You look exactly like him. I know that's your father.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's different now. Like now, niggas like, man, I don't even, like I got neighbors now. I mean, I speak to my neighbors, but they ain't coming in my house.
Right. Yeah, nah, motherfuckers be nosy.
They ain't coming in my house.
Like
I
we
don't trust.
had
I don't trust nobody.
we had like the apartment complex, and then where we lived was behind the apartment complex in the duplexes. It was a street full of duplexes, and that's where we lived. So in the apartment complex, you had literally more than half of the damn football team over there. Football, track, basketball, they were right there. Then you had us, and we played football, basketball, and track. You can go to the corner if I didn't make it to that corner. I had to be right here. If she can't look out the window and see me, that's a problem. Or she can't hear me because I was playing basketball. That was going to be a problem. And I didn't go to many places because I was playing basketball all the damn time. And if I wasn't playing basketball, I was on my way to work. If I wasn't on my way to work, I was on my way to play basketball. So that was pretty much the story of my life. You know what I'm saying? Throughout junior high, high school, yeah, I'm going to work. I've never played ball. And when we done playing ball at school, basketball games, basketball practice, when that's done, now I got basketball in open gym. I got basketball at home because we had a goal outside our house, not our house, my neighbor's house, who was connected to us at the duplex. We had a basketball goal right there. So I'm literally playing basketball after I'm done playing ball at school and practice all goddamn day, playing a game. After the game, that's when if I did not have to go to work, I could finally go home, take a shower, and I go to bed. I'm up 6 in the morning. I most likely I gotta go to work. Then I gotta go to practice. Then for practice I come home and now I'm playing ball again. Like I didn't have the opportunity to go do shit because that was what
Hmm.
my life revolved around. So my life was pretty boring. My brother, different story. So we, even though we were raised by the same mom, she raised us differently. And then Zay came,
Yeah.
and he's all over the place. He's like,
Yeah.
I love you, love Niz. That's him. Like you've seen the meme of Deadpool and Wolverine, where one is shooting a bird and one's making a heart. Like that's them. That's
Right.
my brothers.
I mean, that's how it was once I got into sports. Once I turned, I think I was
Mm-hmm.
probably 6, maybe 7
Mm-hmm.
years old when I first started playing football. Once I got into sports, I mean, I still had the free time when football wasn't going on when I was in elementary school. Once I got to middle school,
Mm-hmm.
my whole day consists of me being at practice. I would go to school in the morning, come home, do my homework, go to either football practice or go to wrestling practice. And then once I got to high school, I will go to school, go to study hall, go to football practice, go to track practice, go to wrestling practice, go to basketball practice. I ain't never had no time. That's why Vicky would tell you. He was always at football practice or always at track practice. He ain't never had no time for us to even do anything. That's why I said I like girls, but it wasn't so much me having a girlfriend. Me having a girlfriend wasn't a big thing. Like
Yeah.
I had a lot of girls once I graduated high school, I became an adult, and we still kept in touch or whatever. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
girls told me they're like, man, you could have had a bunch of girls. You just never spoke to none of them. You
Yeah.
never tried to talk to none of them because I wasn't interested. I was more so a sports fanatic. I was playing. I was worried about getting on the football team, worried about getting on the basketball team, the track team, the wrestling team. I didn't. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't really care about women like that. I had a girlfriend, but it was usually because a girl came and said something to me. It wasn't because I went and said something to the girl.
Mm-hmm. And that's the crazy thing. I didn't have none of them boyfriends. I don't get me wrong, I did what I did, but I didn't have no boyfriends. I'm like, no. If I liked you and I wanted you, yeah, I'm gonna get you. You know what I'm saying? Like that was me. But I didn't. I'm not gonna wait. No, I didn't have that. I was okay. I like him. Ooh, wait a minute. New boy. New boy just got here first. Let me check him out. You know what I'm saying? Like
Guess
that
what?
was me.
Niggas asked me. They were like, "Man, how old were you when you broke your virginity?" 18. They were like,
Six,
"Stop lying."
16.
I'm not lying. I broke my virginity. I broke my virginity at 18. When I broke my virginity at 18, the first woman I ever slept with was 32 years old.
Oh man, she.
And
Oh yeah.
the the way the shit happened was my brother was dating her daughter. My
Mm,
brother
mm,
skipped
mm.
school. My brother skipped school. I knew where he was at. I knew what he didn't go to school. I knew where he was at. So my mother was like, Dewan didn't go to school. She was like, you know where he at? I said, yeah, I know where he's at. She said, go get him and tell him to come home. So
Oh
I
man.
go over there. I go over to the girl house to get my brother. The mother answered the door. I was like, is my brother here? She was like, who's your brother? I was like, Woo. They all of them called my brother. Everybody called my brother Woo. I was like, Woo. And she was like, yeah, Woo's in here. And I was like, I need it. My mother wants him at the house. So she was like, all right, come in. So my brother comes out the back room or whatever, and I was like, Woo, you in trouble? Mommy looking for you. And he was like, oh, I was like, the school called said you didn't go to school. And he was like, oh, he's like, you ain't tell mom this. I said, what can I tell her, nigga? I was at school. What can I tell her? I can't sit here and lie. I was at school. So I
Right.
was like, mom wants you. So while I'm sitting there talking to him, he went to go. He had to get his book bag or whatever. So he goes to the back room to get his book bag. The lady walked with my brother, and I guess she told my brother that she liked me. She was like, "How old is your brother?" He like, "Oh, he 18. He graduated already. He 18. He's about to grade go to the service." And so she told my brother that she liked me or whatever. So my brother was like, "Hey, Dwayne, such and such like you." And so I was like, her name was Nikki. He was like, Nikki like you. I was like, oh, okay. So I started smiling, whatever. And so she was like, when you finish taking your brother home, come back through. I'm having a little get together later on tonight. I was like,
Okay,
all right, cool. I'll
sure.
come back through. So I came back through. I brought my brother with me. So I told after my brother got in trouble or whatever. At that time, my brother was like he was 16 because he's 2 years younger than me. He was 16. So he got in trouble, but it wasn't like the same trouble that we got in when we was younger. So it was pretty much my mother screamed on him and she told him he wasn't getting no allowance this week or whatever. At that time my brother didn't really care because he was hustling on the side. So he ain't
Mm-hmm.
really care or whatever. So he went back out with me and I told my mother, I was like, I'ma have him with me now, so you ain't gotta worry about it. He gonna be with me. And she was like, all right, just when you come home, make sure he comes home too. If you
Yeah.
stay out, he make sure he's with you. I was like, all right, no problem, I got him. And so
Mm-hmm.
we go back over to the lady house or whatever. They was having a little get together. So I walk in there, my brother beeline straight to the girl, the daughter's room because that's his girlfriend. He beelines to the daughter's room. I'm 18 years old. Everybody in the goddamn house is in their late 20s, mid 30s. I'm sitting there feeling out of place like hell. I'm just sitting there, and Nikki was like, "Hey, this the one, this Woo brother right here." So a lot of the people
Oh
around in a
man.
little get together, they know who I am, but they never really talk to me. They just know who I am, and they're like, "Oh yeah, yeah, I know, and that's Woo older brother, whatever, whatever. He about to go into the service." I was like, "Yeah." They were like, "What branch?" I was like, "The army or whatever." They were like, what are you gonna do? At that time, I didn't know what a combat engineer was. I just said, oh, I'm gonna be a combat engineer. They were like, oh, dad, you gonna be a combat engineer? I was like, yeah. I didn't know what the hell it was. So we having a
Mm-hmm.
little talk or whatever. They were like, do you drink? I was like, yeah, I drink a little bit. They were like, you smoke? I was like, nah, not really. I don't really smoke because at that time I had cut off smoking because I was ready to go to the service, so I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
smoke because I knew they were gonna do a drug test. So
Right.
I was like, nah, not really. I'm about to go into the service. I ain't really dealing with the smoke or whatever. I said, but I do drink. So I'm sitting there drinking. We playing spades or whatever, and all of a sudden she was like, hey, it's getting late. It's probably about 1:30, 2 o'clock, and the party's starting to die down. People starting to leave. It's probably maybe about 4 people left. When we got there, it was probably about 15 people. Now it's probably like 4 people. Most of the people had left, and so the last couple of people was about to leave or whatever, and they was like, "Hey, you need me to help you clean up?" And her Nikki was told her friend, she was like, "Nah, nah, I got it." I was like, I help you clean up or whatever, whatever. And so she was like, "Cool." So they all left and I'm helping her clean up. And so I had grabbed the no, she gave me the playing card. She was like, "Go put this in my room on my dresser." It was a setup.
Yeah,
So
she's
I
about to
go I
ruin
go
you.
put the I go put the cards in the room or her dresser. I go to leave. I go to turn around and go walk out the room. She comes in the room and close the door. I
Dun
like
dun dun
I
dun.
said,
She got your
oh,
ass.
she set me up. She
She
set me up.
got you.
So she closed the door. She closed the door. My brother, so we sit down on the bed. I'm talking. My brother's a funny dude. My brother gonna come, knock on the door, peek his head, and he was like, "Oh, she got you." She was like, "All right, no problem," and close the door. And so I'm sitting there on the bed. Like I said, mind you, I'm a virgin. I'm 18 years old. I'm a virgin at the time. So
Ah, she
she
done
she's sitting there
ruined you.
talking to me. She's rubbing on my hair. At that time, I had a low temp taper where you had the size is faded and then the back is faded and then my hair is wavy. So she rubbing on your hair, she rubbing on my hair. She's like, "Oh, you got some pretty hair." I appreciate it.
I
And
bet
so
she
she sitting there
did.
talking to me. She was like, well, she like, so you got a girlfriend? I was like, nah, not really, because I'm about to go to the service, so I don't really have a girl. I had a girl, but I didn't know how it was gonna go because I was leaving to go to the service, so
Right.
I didn't know where I was gonna be stationed at or nothing like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, not really. I said I do, but I don't because I'm about to go to the service. So she steady talking. So she was like, have you ever been with an older lady? I'm like,
You raggedy heifer.
what you
Finna
mean by
ruin
older
this
lady?
man. Ruin this young
I was
man.
like, what you mean? I was like, he said virgin and a bald head. Nigga, I ain't had no bald head at that time. I was like, what you mean by older lady? She was like, older than you. I was like, how old? Because it all depends. Because if you talking about 40 and up, nah. You
Mm-hmm.
talking about 40 and down, I was like, maybe. I'm not telling her I'm a virgin. I'm playing it off. So I'm like, maybe. She was like, yeah, I'm talking about 40 and down. I was like,
What?
maybe. And so she was like, oh, so you experienced. I was like,
You little
to a
raggedy,
certain extent.
nasty
To a
motherfucker.
certain
You.
extent.
She was wrong as
Mind
hell
you,
for
we
that.
steady we steady drinking. We steady drinking. So she was like, all right, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. I'll be right back. She was like, don't leave out the room. So I'm sitting there, I'm steady drinking, and my brother comes back to the room. He was like, you about to fuck.
This
this,
nigga right
this is
here.
exactly what he said. This is exactly what he said. He opened up the door. He was like, you about to fuck. I was like, I don't know. I don't know.
You should be like,
So my brother didn't know I was a virgin.
oh my
Nobody
god.
knew I was a virgin. I never talked about me having sex or nothing like that. So nobody knew I was a virgin. Some people thought that I had already had sex because I had multiple girlfriends and things like that. And girls used to come to the house. When I lived when I stayed at my mother's house before I went away to the service, I stayed in the basement. So whenever girls would come over, I bring them down to the basement. I
Okay, well,
never had them go upstairs. What's going on, KQ? What's
what's going
what's going
on?
on, A1?
Jay
So
Gibb
I
been
I
cutting
will
up, and
I will
A1 cutting up in here.
I know. So I would bring my girlfriends down to the basement. So my brother just automatically assumed that I had sex with females before. So he was like, "You about to fuck?" I was like, "I don't know." He was like, "Yeah, you about to hit that. You about to hit that." So he was like, "You got any condoms?" I was like, "Nah, I ain't got no condoms."
Oh,
He said, "Hold on, I'll be
hold
right
on.
back." He like, "I'll be right back."
Hold on.
He goes to the room, come back. He was like, "Here you go." I'm like, "Nigga, what the fuck you doing with these?" He like,
Don't leave
"Cause I'm
home
about to fuck
without
too." He said, "I'm about to fuck too." He said, "I was making sure you was about to fuck so her mother can't hear."
it. Yeah, don't leave home
so
without it.
so so I'm sitting there. He leaves out the room. She comes out the bathroom. I'm thinking she used the bathroom. She came
She
out
was
the
changing
bathroom
clothes.
in a see-through negligee.
Oh man, she done ruined the 18-year-old D freak. She done
She
messed
turned
you
the
up.
motherfucking lights down. She turned the motherfucking lights down. She had like these red dim lights. She turned the motherfucking lights down and put on some motherfucker R. Kelly.
Yes.
I never forget it. And she had on motherfucker 12 play.
Whew,
I
that's a
said,
long song.
I, I,
13.
I don't do no I don't do number 12. I don't do number 12. I don't do number 12. Ain't no eating no kitty cat down here. No sir. I don't do number 12. She was like, you ain't never do that. I was like, nah. She was like, have a woman ever went down on you? I was like, a few times.
This nigga is
She was like,
stupid.
I bet you they ain't better than me. She went
Oh,
down. I was like, oh shit. I said, oh shit. The next thing you know, I smashed. So I leave the next morning. I get my brother. I go to the room. I wake my brother up. I'm like, hey, we gotta go. So we leave out. My brother asked me, he was like, you smashed? I was like, yeah, I smashed. And he was like, how was it? I was like, it was all right. My brother was like, he was like, damn, dog, you smashed Shorty's mother. I was like, yeah. And so we walking. He was like, what's wrong? I was like, nothing. I'm straight. He was like, yeah, but you smiling just a little bit too hard. I was like, that, that was my first. He was like, hold up, hold up. He was like, that was your first. I was like,
oh
yeah, nigga,
man.
I ain't never fucked nobody before. He was like, damn. He like, dog, don't tell nobody that.
Oh,
I was
that's
like,
messed up.
I'm
That
not.
that
I don't. I
that
don't.
that
I don't.
32
I
year
don't
old
talk
woman
like
done
that.
ruined the 18-year-old. She
He
done
was like. He was
got you.
like, nah, don't. He said, don't tell nobody that because niggas gonna be jealous because a lot of niggas wanted to smash Nikki
This
and you
dude,
smashed it and that was your first. He was like,
this
don't tell
dude
nobody
right
that.
here.
I was like, I don't talk like that anyway. So we go home and we go home, take a shower, whatever. We come back out.
This dude.
Why my brother tell everybody in the fucking neighborhood that I smashed her mother? I said, nigga, didn't you just tell me not to tell nobody? He like, dog, I couldn't hold it in, dog. I couldn't hold it in because they was asking what time did we leave the party, and I told them that I spent the night.
Messed up. Don't be
Hey,
let
I was
don't
saying he
don't
didn't
be don't be letting that damn 32-year-old grown ass woman ruin that
nah
18 year
nah
old.
my mother don't play that. She was like be home in the morning. My ass is home in the morning. My
Mm-hmm.
mother don't play that.
Dang it, man.
But nah,
Hell
I was
no.
like, dog, you just told. He was like they asked did what time did we leave, and I told them that we didn't leave. I smashed Shorty off, and then they were like, well, where your brothers at? He was in the living room. He's like, nah, I told him that you smashed. I was like,
Oh man.
so now everybody walking at me, hey Wayne, I heard you smash Nikki. I was like, Yeah. They were like, they were like, they were like, that's your girl now. I was like, no, no, that's not my. Well, she asking for you,
Oh, I
so
bet
something
she
must
is.
be up. I like, she ain't my girl,
Oh,
but I mean,
raggedy heifer.
she asking for me.
She too look. She too damn old for that. She should
I'm gonna
have
be honest with
not
you.
did it.
I don't,
What's up, T?
I remember her going down. I remember her getting on top, and I don't remember nothing else. My ass passed the fuck out. I was drunk as hell.
She shouldn't have been
I was
messing
drunk.
with you in the
I
first place.
remember. I remember waking up. I remember waking up the next morning. That's all I remember. I don't remember nothing else. I just know she went down. I remember her being on top. I re, I do remember me getting on top at some point, but
Mm-hmm.
that's about it. That's
That
all
is
I remember.
so. That is that raggedy heifer. She showed that's messed up. She should not have
But yeah,
done that to
she
you at all.
she's. I mean, she
It's
set me up like a mug.
yeah. It's
She
certain
set
things
me up. She was
you
like, she
just
said,
can't do, man.
take these cards. She said, take these cards in the room. I was like, all right. I turned around. She closed that door. I was like, shit.
Got you. What she say? Got your ass.
I, goddamn cougar.
Look, she said I got your ass, and I ain't even had to try. You was too easy.
I, but when that nigga A1 stupid as hell.
She said you was too
She
easy,
put on
but
that
I'm telling you,
she put on that motherfucker 12 play. I was like, hey, I don't do number 12. No
man. Look,
sir.
part two was hey now, hey part two. Like, just play it. That's
Uh,
got to be the longest fucking song on the next to Trapped in the Closet with all them chapters. That was a very long song, but it was a
no
good
sir.
song to say the least. It was very good. Very. I still
I
fuck
had
with R. Kelly.
now what I'm gonna tell you. You said she turned you out. That's not what turned me out.
No, no, I said she
I'm gonna
messed
tell
up
you
an
what turned.
18-year-old because she shouldn't have been messing with you in the first place.
No, but that wasn't what turned me out though. What turned me out? Y'all motherfuckers out in Texas. I
I don't
went
know
to
what you're talking
motherfucking
about.
Texas.
I
When
don't know
I
what
went
you're
to
talking about.
Texas, I tried to smash every single female that lived in Texas. My motherfucker, my
You was
motherfucking
around. Look,
roommate was like,
you was around them tag
my
chasing.
roommate, dog.
That was too easy out there.
I swear to God, my roommate said to me one day, I think it was like I had like probably like the third girl that come to my room. This nigga said, "Hold up, you got another girl in here, nigga? Do you get tired of fucking?" I said, "Hell no, nigga. I'm 18. I'm trying to smash every female out."
It was yeah. It was. It's too easy out there for hood. And tag
No,
chases is
what,
waiting for you.
no, what had turned me out in Texas was I went to this fucking nightclub. I forgot the name of this nightclub, but it was in Killeen. I remember it
Ain't
was in
but one.
Killeen. Not too it was not too far off of the from the
I
post
know. I know
because
what you're talking about.
we used to go to this nightclub all the time. And I had met this shorty in there. And so I I left the I don't know why I did, but I left with the shorty to go to her hotel room. She was in there with her aunt and her mother. She was there with her aunt and her mother. We was on the dance floor dance or whatever. She came over, we started talking, and then I was like, "Hey, you from around here?" She was like, "Nah, we from San Antonio. We up here visiting."
Couple hours
She like,
down the
"We
road.
visiting." Yeah, she was like, we're visiting my
Mm-hmm.
my brother. She was like, we're visiting my brother. He's in the service out here in Fort Hood. I was like, that's where I'm at. I'm in Fort Hood. And so we was talking or whatever. So we end up hooking up, and I said I go to the hotel with you. Well, I go to the hotel with you. Me and Shorty started doing our thing. There's a knock on the door.
Uh oh.
It's her aunt. So I'm like, oh shit. So I'm pulling my motherfucking clothes up. She opened up the door. Her aunt said, it's my turn. I said, what? She was like, it's my turn. And I looked at the girl. She was like, "Yeah, we share. Y'all
Ain't
share."
no way in
So
hell.
I I smashed her, her aunt, and her mother. I I'm bragging like shit. I go back to the barracks. I'm telling my niggas about it. I'm like, dog, I just smashed Shorty, her aunt, and her mother. They was like, nigga, you bullshit. I said, no, I'm not. I'm dead serious. So I take three of my friends to go with me. We go back to the girl hotel. I knock on the door, and she was like, oh, you brought some friends. I said, yeah. I like, y'all go in. And I left. They came back the next day and told me, they were like, you wasn't lying. I said, I told you. I told you.
Ain't no motherfucking way.
It was y'all niggas. Y'all
I
niggas the
don't, I
one
don't,
turned
I
the
don't,
nigga out.
I don't know nothing about that. I don't operate like that. I don't share. I don't do no. I'm cool. Nah. Nah, it is some motherfuckers. There's motherfuckers right now that still do shit like that. Not me. No, we don't play them kind of games. But I have been around people that operate like that, and I'm like, I'm cool. I don't
He
want
said
nothing
the
nobody else
nigga
got.
he said my mindset about smashing completely changed after I learned about female menstrual cycle.
And the ovulation and stuff. It has me doing all kinds of mathematics. Bless his heart.
Nigga,
Bless his heart.
I'm not thinking about none of that when it's time to smash. It's time to smash. I'm not thinking about. Hold on. How long ago did you just come off your menstrual? Oh, you
Yeah.
got.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
No.
we good now. It's
You
unlikely
know,
that
I sure.
I wasn't thinking about that because I was strapping up anyway, so I
Yeah, it's
wasn't
like,
thinking about
nah.
having no baby. I
Look,
wasn't
I'm,
thinking
I'm
about
like,
that. I was strapping up.
I got it down to a science. I know.
Uh,
I know when,
uh,
where. I know
I'm
exactly
gonna tell
what's
you,
happening.
I messed up. I messed up one time when I was in Texas. I messed up one time, and it almost got me caught up. Like I told you, I was smashing a lot of females, and
Mm-hmm.
so I ended up messing with a cook that used to cook our food. You got breakfast, you got lunch, and then you got dinner. So
Mm-hmm.
I would see her all the time, and we would laugh and joke or whatever. And so I said something to her one day. I was coming through the line to get my food, and she slid me her number. And so I called her up. I went. She stayed off the post. She was a military officer, but she stayed
Oh
off
yeah.
post.
Oh
So
yeah. She's making good
so I
bread.
went I went to her crib, and me and her got it in. And so I started going to her crib on a regular basis. And I'm like, okay, we damn near a couple. We not officially a couple, but we damn near a couple. Like we was smashing damn near every day.
Mm-hmm.
So one day I came to her house. She was like, I said, hey, what you doing? She like, nothing. I'm about to get dressed and I'm about to go out. I said, all right, I'm in the area. You want me to come through? She like, yeah, then you can roll with me. I'm like, all right, bet. I go over there. But when I go over there, I had parked my car on the street because in her parking lot there wasn't no spots. So I parked my car on the street. I'm so glad I parked my car on the street. So I parked my car on the street, go up in the joint, waiting for her to get dressed or whatever. We about to go to the mall. And so as I'm sitting on the living room, I see a dude walk past the front of her window.
Oh.
Nigga knock on the door. No, he didn't knock on the. Yeah, he knocked on the door, and she comes running out the back room. She was like, "Oh shit, that's my man." I'm like, "Yo, man." I'm like, "You got a man?"
What the
She was
fuck?
like, "Yeah."
Dirty
I was
motherfucker.
like, "All this time you ain't never tell me I had a man. We was together damn near every day. You ain't never tell me you had a man." So she was like, "Yeah, just go in my bedroom." I'm like, "All right." So
Oh.
I go in the bedroom. He comes in. They talking whatever. So I'm listening. I'm like, hold up, this shit sound familiar as hell. The voice sound familiar. So they talking, and she like, yeah, I'm about to
Oh.
leave or whatever, whatever.
Hell
He was like,
no.
I roll with you. He said, I'll go with you. She like, nah, because I gotta go to my mother house after this or whatever, whatever. I got some other stuff to do. He was like, all right. He said, well, I'll come back through later on. She's like, yeah, I'll be back like around 4, maybe 5. And he was like, all right, I hit you up and then I'll come back through. He pulls off. So as he pulling off, I go to the window and look out the window, but
Mm-hmm.
I got it where the blinds is. I got it where the blinds is flipped up, so you can see down or you can see up. You can't see straight out. So I'm looking, and I see that. I said, "Oh my god!" I looked at her. She looked at me. I was like, "Why you ain't tell me?" She like, "Well, you never asked if I had a boyfriend." I said, "I didn't think I had to ask if you got a boy. We smashing on a regular basis. I would think you would tell me that you got a man or
Hey,
something. You ain't
you
even
gotta.
say you had a man. So
It's
I'm
like
thinking everything
iRobot.
is Gucci.
It's like iRobot. You
Her
gotta ask
fucking
the right question.
the worst part about it, her fucking boyfriend is my fucking roommate.
Raggedy motherfucker. She is horrible.
I never knew it. I seen people give me funny looks when I was in the chow hall, but nobody never said anything to me. Cause I mean we
Shit.
never really talked
Shit.
like that while we was in the chow hall. But I always seen people give me funny looks, and they would look at me like, nigga, you don't know that's your fucking roommate's girl. Nobody ever said anything to me, so I'm not thinking nothing of it. She never came to my barracks. He always went to her house because he got a roommate. He don't want to bring the girl to the room because he got a
Oh,
roommate. So he will always go to her shit.
oh, that's messed up.
I'm like,
Oh, raggedy.
I'm
She
like, fuck.
raggedy
I
too.
said, fuck the fact. I said, fuck the fact that you got a boyfriend. Do you know who he is? She like, yeah, that's such and such. I'm like, nah. Do you know where he stay at? She like, nah, I never been to his barracks or whatever. I said, that's my fucking roommate.
Oh,
She like, stop playing. I said, nah. Matter of fact, this what you do. How about you come to his room tomorrow? I'ma act like I don't know who the fuck you is. You act like you don't know who the fuck I am.
that's
Come to
so
his room
messed
tomorrow.
up.
So she was like, you bullshit. I said, come to his room tomorrow. She comes to the room tomorrow. I'm sitting on the fucking bed. The nigga walks in with the girl. He was like, first he walks in. He was like, you straight? I was like, yeah, why? He like, hey, I got my girl with me. I just want to make sure you got clothes on. I said, no, I'm good. But see, on my side, with the way we had the room set up, you have his bed by the door. We got this little cabinet that opens up, a little chest where you can hang your clothes. You got the drawers at the bottom. That separates my bed from his bed. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
sitting on the other side of that. She can't see me as she walked in. She walked in. He like he said, "Hey, I want you to meet my girlfriend." So I walk out. Her motherfucking eyes get big as shit.
I
I
bet
was like,
they
"Hey, how you
did.
doing?" She was like, "How you doing?" He's like, this is such and such, such and such, this is such and such. And I like, y'all about to roll? He's like, yeah, I just had to come get some clothes. I'm about to go to her house. I like, all right. So they
Oh,
leave
that's
out.
messed up.
Somehow she got away from him. She calls back to the room. She like, oh, you wasn't lying. I said, nah, why would I lie about that? That's my fucking roommate.
Yeah,
She
that's
like,
wrong as
oh,
hell.
we're gonna have to chill. We're gonna have to chill. I
No
said,
shit.
yeah, we definitely gonna have to chill. We
No
definitely gonna have to
shit.
chill.
Yeah, you gotta do that. That's ridiculous. Yeah, that's why I said it be. It's always a mess at a military installation. It be the messiest shit I've seen when husbands got deployed. I've seen the wife bring a whole man and move him into the house with the kids there. I've also seen the husband when he came back to his wife and kids, he had a whole nother chick at a whole nother house around the corner from his wife. I was like, oh, I'm just sitting
Like
here
I said,
looking at this shit.
I'm
I'm like,
so glad
motherfucker.
I parked my I'm so glad I parked my car on the street that day. I'm
Yeah.
glad that there was no parking spots, so I had to park on the street. Cause normally I would pull right in front of her building. I mean, right in front of her apartment, and I would walk up
Oh,
the
that's
stairs right
messed
to her
up.
apartment door.
Oh, that's messed
So
up.
because all of the spots was filled, I parked on the street. He knows what my car looked like because when I got my car, I had a '76 Chevy Impala. I put Dayton's on it. I had tinted window and my and on the back of my, you know how you got the strip on the back of right
Mm-hmm.
below on the trunk, it had the little fender. Right below the fender, it says DC bound because I'm
Yeah.
from DC, and I said it says DC bound. If he would have pulled up and seen that car, he would have known for sure that that was my car. Ain't nobody else
That's
in Texas got a
crazy.
damn '76 Chevy Impala that say DC bound.
That's crazy work. But yeah, I'm glad you didn't get caught up because that could have been real bad. Because I know how it go down. I
Yeah.
didn't see the shit firsthand, and I
Because
was like,
see the thing, I never picked up on it when we was in the chow hall
right.
because he was in the same, he was in my barracks, but he wasn't in my platoon. So when I would go eat, he would still be in formation. So when he comes in to get his food, I'm leaving out. So I never seen them interact.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew that she had a boyfriend, and I never seen them interact. I never saw his girlfriend. I just knew he always left. Like he would leave and spend the weekend away. Every weekend he will be gone for the weekend. I would
Mm-hmm.
be in a room by myself, so I would bring girls back and forth to my room because he's usually gone because he
Mm-hmm.
was at his girl house. She stayed off for post, so I never knew what she looked like. Man, I was like, I seen that nigga walk down the street. I was like, oh
Cold,
snap!
cold blooded shit. Ain't no way. But like I said, I've seen it happen. I've watched it. I didn't. We done went out because when the husband had came home, because he came home early. A friend of mine, I was at her house, and it just so happened the way that the houses were set up. We were in her backyard, which is directly across the street from the front of their house. So they're arguing in the front of the house upstairs with the window up. You can hear everything. We like, hold on, we're gonna sit right here. Cause he came home and
Dog,
I just so happened to look out the window and I was like, hey, I think he's home. And next thing you know, you see a dude coming out with all his shit. He hop in the car and he leaves. And I was like, ooh, it's finna happen. We got us something to eat. We got our drink
I
and we
just,
sat in our backyard and listened.
but what was the most awkward moment of that whole thing was I the day that I found out that that was her man. We had sex later on that day after he had left. We had sex later on that day, and because she didn't believe me, and so she was still going on with everything. I like, all right, come to the joint tomorrow. So she came. I seen them kiss, and I was like, ugh. Cause I knew what I had just did. I knew what I just did the day before. I was like, I was like, oh, this. She kissed this nigga in the
Wrong as hell. Wrong as hell.
mouth. I
Hey,
like, she
but I
kissed
mean,
this
you
nigga in
know,
the mouth.
she
I
done
said, I
rinsed
hope she
them
brushed
out.
her
You know,
teeth.
she done rinsed them out, brushed
I
her
hope she
teeth.
brushed her teeth and gargled her mouth.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, because men eat the box and they go kiss on other people. So I mean,
But
it's you
the
know.
the whole thing I was thinking, I was like, damn. I was like, I see, I was in a way I was kind of jealous because
Mm-hmm.
Shorty, she was bad. I ain't gonna lie to you, she was bad,
Mm-hmm.
but she was a straight up freak,
Mm-hmm.
and that should have automatically tipped me off. But I ain't think nothing of it. I was just thinking, Shorty, she get freaky in the bedroom. Now I understand why, because
Oh,
she
that's
she
all
do she do
over.
her thing.
That's all over the military
Yeah,
base. Boy, it's a
yeah. So
whole bunch of them.
I
I was
understand.
like,
I understand why now, cause
because
I
there was
know that
some
she dips
fine
out on
men
her man,
out
so she
there.
probably I probably now I'm thinking about it. I'm almost certain I probably wasn't the only nigga that she was doing
Oh,
this
of
with.
course you wasn't. Of course you wasn't. There was some fine looking men out there. I was like, ain't nothing wrong with looking. We sure gonna look. We ain't touching, but hold on, let me. I'm
So
gonna look.
I like I said when I
Goodness
got a
gracious.
military when I got in the military, that probably was the most that I have the 2 years that I was in for no the 2 years I was in Fort Hood was probably the most I have fucked in a
Oh, I
period
bet.
of time in my life
No, Teach.
because
Look, Teach.
it
No,
it was
she didn't
like
live in the
the
barracks. She had her own. She was an officer. That means she outranked a lot of people. She had her own
yeah
apartment. She ain't live in
she was
no
an officer.
barracks. She had bread. She was O
Yeah,
one, O
she was
two,
a
bruh.
I think if I remember correctly, I think she was like a lieutenant.
Oh,
I
she
think
was
she was a
up there.
lieutenant.
She shouldn't have been
Yeah, I think
fraternizing
she
with
was.
you in the first place.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I believe she
Mm-hmm.
was a lieutenant.
Yeah, she shouldn't have been
But
fraternizing. She jeopardized her job, her rank.
but that for the first 3 months when my roommate was like, "Dog, do you ever get tired of fuck?" I think for the first 3 months, I was fucking on an average of 3 girls a day.
It's not hard. It's not hard when you got tag chasing
Nah,
out
nah,
there.
I didn't, I didn't eat the box. I didn't do that. The first time I ever did that, I probably was 25 years old. The first
Ain't
time
nothing
I
wrong
ever
with
done
it.
it,
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
I was probably
I
was
mean, hey.
25 years old. I got out of the military. I got out of the military. I was 21 when I got out.
Mm-hmm.
I I I I it, because I knew that you used the bathroom there. Like I grew up around a lot of women, so I
Mm-hmm.
knew about menstruals. I knew about all that stuff that women go through because I got a lot of aunts, I got a lot of female cousins, and my
Mm-hmm.
sister, of course, and then my baby sister. So and I got a stepsister. So I've been around a lot of females. Like majority of my family are females. We got a lot of guys too, but majority of my family are females.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been around females my entire life. Like I would go to a family gathering, it would be 90% females, the other 10% is guys.
And see, and I was around all the men because I have more uncles than I have aunties. I got a few aunties, but
So
it's not. I
uh,
have more uncles than anything.
I knew I knew what women did,
Mm-hmm.
what happens down there. I was like, nah. It took a long time before I had the courage of going down and doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, nah, I'm not doing it. I know you bleed from down there. I know you use the bathroom down there, and then it's right there by the butthole. Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Nah. It took a long time before I could get to do that. It took a long time. Like I had women ask me many times. I was like, nah, I don't do that.
Yeah, I don't. I
They're
don't
like, well, if
ask.
you don't do that,
I've
if you
never
don't do it,
asked.
I'm not doing it on you. I was like, I don't care, as long as I fuck. I don't care. You ain't gotta
I,
do it on me, as long as I
I've,
fuck.
I've never asked. It was just. It was always automatic, and I was like, hey, now.
No, women. I
It
had
was
women ask me to
always
do it. I was like,
automatic.
nah, I don't do that.
Yeah, no, it was.
A woman like, well,
Okay. Get
if
it
you're not
down
going
now.
down on me, I'm not going down on you. I was like, I don't care as long as I fuck. I don't care. You ain't gotta
I,
go down. My shit hard already anyway.
I didn't even have.
You
I
ain't
didn't
gotta
even
go down
have
on me.
to. You know, I didn't even have to. It was more so like they gonna do what they do, and we about to get right to it. It's like they can't wait no more. I was like,
And see,
let's do it.
I'm gonna tell my fellas. So I know most of y'all probably know this already, but if you don't know, these women be tricking the hell out y'all. They tell us, oh, they ain't come. A woman comes within the first 15 to 20 seconds of you being in there.
That's not true at
They
all.
just they don't have an orgasm, but they come. They
That's
come
not true.
multiple times. They just don't have an orgasm. The women
Not
be coming.
true.
When you feel that joint get extra wet, that they just came. They
That's
just
not
came.
true at
They just
all.
didn't have an orgasm.
Really? No,
They just didn't
no,
have an orgasm.
not true. Cause some dude can have a whole lot of spit. They lot of they mouth be gushy. That's all I'm
Nah,
saying.
no. I'm talking about when you in it and then all of a sudden it just get extra wet. That's a woman. That's a woman coming. She came. She
Nah.
just don't want to tell you she came. She just gonna say, "Nah, I ain't come yet."
Now
No,
I
you ain't have
now
an
I would
orgasm yet. You came.
I'm the one. I'm going to tell you. I'm the one who actually told. And I was like, okay, hey, you good? Hey, what we doing? You know what I'm saying? We gonna do something different. Like, what we doing? You know
Nah,
what I'm saying?
nah,
I'm
nah.
like,
A1, no,
I
no lick or nothing. No lick or nothing. 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 None of that. Nah, like I said, I was probably like 25 the first time I ever did it. I didn't do it the first 7 years of me having sex. Nah, I didn't do it. Didn't do it.
mm,
He
mm,
said it
mm.
must be a decent thing.
Craziness. They fucking with you.
Nah. No, I know niggas right now that have never done it. I know niggas right now, and I thought that they was lying, and their woman was like, "Nah, he's never done it.
Crazy
Never
work.
done it."
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, they don't. Boy, them women don't know what they missing. Crazy
I do it now.
work.
I do it now
Cause
with no
I'm like,
problem. But
even now,
and
I don't even have to ask for it. It's just an automatic thing. It's like,
yeah, I
all
do it
right,
now with no problem. Like, but even after I did it the first time, I still was hesitant doing it the second time.
mm-hmm. Well,
I
I
was
mean,
I was hesitant doing
at
it
least you knew
again.
what to expect once you got the
And
first
that's
time
another
out the
thing too.
way.
I always heard stories of niggas going down on a female and they stuff not smelling right. I don't want to
Oh,
smell that.
hey,
If I go down there and that shit don't smell right, it's gonna turn me all the way off, and I'm
it's
gonna be
it's
pissed.
it's supposed to. It's supposed to turn you out. It's definitely supposed to. And what men a lot of men don't understand is men a lot of men are majority of the reason why women's pHs are off is because of the man. It's not because of her, it's because of the man she's messing with can throw her pH off. A woman can drink some goddamn cranberry juice and it'll mess her up. It's a lot of things that can happen that can throw off a woman's pH that has nothing to do with none of this shit that men be trying to troll women about.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
just like a
You
lot
know,
of men don't know that after when a woman gets done having sex, the best thing she could do is go to the bathroom and go pee. Sit your ass on that toilet and don't get up until you pee. Because what tends to happen, that's how you end up with a damn urinary tract infection. And women who have frequent
yeah,
urinary tract infections, a lot of the times, they don't go pee after they get done having sex. They just go wipe out and then they just leave. I'm like, no, nigga, go sit on the toilet. Go pee first. Go pee.
yeah.
Go sit there. And it's gonna feel good anyway when you
Most de-
pee. So just do that
most
and you'll be
definitely,
good.
Jose. I, t- I told my wife the other day when she did that joint. I said, if you ever squeeze my goddamn head like that again and feel like my shit about to explode, I'm gonna punch the shit out your damn thigh. She, I felt like my motherfucking head was about to explode. She squeezed the shit out my head. My shit was. I was like, hey, I can't breathe down this bitch. What the fuck wrong with you? She was like, I'm sorry, I ain't had no control. I said, you had enough control to lock your goddamn legs around my damn head.
I didn't have it. It was more the scoop action is what I dealt with. I'm like, ain't gotta worry about it. I ain't squeezing over here. They gonna scoop my ass. Hey, do your thing, bro. They gonna scoop you and hold you. You can't run nowhere. Like flex them muscles, damn it. Use their muscles on me.
He said, D free your homie. Nah, like I said, I asked his woman. She said, nah, he never done it. I thought he was lying too. I was like, nigga, you lying like shit. But I asked her, she was like, nah, he's never done it. She's like, we've been married for 26 years. He's never done it.
Oh no! Don't know what she missing. Lord have mercy. Whew.
She said he never done it. They was married for 26 years. He never done it.
Mm, mm, mm.
I'm
God
like,
Almighty.
he never kissed it or nothing. She was like, no, he don't put his face nowhere near it.
God Almighty. Mm, mm, mm. Bless prayers to her, sweet baby Jesus.
He said D free was suffocating. You damn skippy.
Ain't no
That motherfucker had
motherfucking way. No, no, no. No, no, no. That hasn't happened to me before.
hey.
No.
Uh, I don't understand. I mean, unless he did it with somebody he had a bad experience. He said he's never doing it again. Hey, He was
That
married to
would
that
that would
woman
that
for
would that would
26
make sense.
years. Yeah, I
That would
mean,
make
she
sense.
he was married for that. He was married to that woman for 26 years. I don't know how long they were together before they got married, but if she said he never
This
done it,
fool stupid.
that's a long ass time.
A1 ain't got a lick of sense God gave anybody. He
Said
told
it
me she
smell like
probably smelled
Sour
like a
Patch
Sour Patch
Kids.
Candy.
Hey, you married to a woman that smell like a Sour Patch Kid.
I don't know what to
I'm
tell
questioning
you.
about your goddamn
You
judgment.
look, I
I'm
don't know what to
questioning
tell
about your
you.
judgment.
I don't know anything.
I'm not.
I don't know anything
I'm
about
not
her.
sticking my stuff in nothing that smell like a Sour Patch Kid. You still stuck it in there? That shit don't.
I
Like I said, if I ever go down and that shit don't smell right, everything is done. I'm done. Nope,
but it is some
we good.
that'll it is some that'll thug it out. I have
We good.
I have heard
You can't
stories.
even go get. You can't even go take a shower and come back. I'm done at that point. I'm not even in the mood no more. Cause my whole mind is stuck on what I smelt the first time I went down. I can't get past that. You're gonna have to wait some days. You're gonna have to wait some
Hmm.
days for me to get past that.
That's crazy. Crazy work. I don't know nothing about other, but I like I said, I've been around a lot of men. I've heard stories, and some of them thugged it out, and I was like, was it worth it?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
I don't
I
know. I don't
thought I
know.
had these problems.
No sir.
I don't bless him, bless their heart. Woo! Speak on. Bless you. I don't know. I don't know about all that, but all I'm saying is
Nah.
there's certain things you just can't do. Certain things you can't do,
No.
man. You just gotta let that
Yeah.
be what that
I, I had some crazy times in Texas.
I bet you did. I ain't surprised, but not at
I
all.
remember, I remember this one time I had met this girl from Austin,
Hmm.
and she came up with her girlfriend, and her girlfriend was a little hoe. Let's call it what it is. She was a little hoe. So she slept with like six dudes out of the birds.
Oh
I
man.
was with the shorty that I was with, but her friend had was just bouncing around from room to room. She slept with like six dudes. We standing in PT. We're in formation in PT. Oh no, not formation for PT. We had just got finished PT. We came back for regular formation. So we standing in formation, and I'm standing there. I'm the squad leader. I'm standing there, and there's a couple of other guys that had slept with the girls standing beside me, and then there's some guys in the front, and there's some guys in the back. So out the corner of my eye, I see, and the platoon sergeant is in the front, and the captain is up there. I mean, the first sergeant and the captain is up in the front. They talking to everybody, letting us know what we're doing today. And at the corner of my eye, I see two dudes scratch. See the dude up front scratch. I look back, this dude scratching. I said,
Oh.
maybe, maybe it's a coincidence. Next thing I know, they scratch again.
Oh.
He scratch again. They scratch again. I said, oh, these niggas got hit up. Man, we got out of that daggone formation. Them niggas haul ass to the motherfucking birds.
I bet
When I
they
say haul
did.
ass, normally we get out of formation. We get out of formation. We go. We'll either go to the child hall to have breakfast, or we all head down to the motor pool. At that time, we had PT that morning, so we already had breakfast. So we headed to the motor pool. These
Mm-hmm.
niggas head that way, while everybody else heading this way. So we down at the motor pool. We finish down at the motor pool. We come back for lunchtime. I'm in the child hall. The niggas come down. They were like, "Hey, dog, who was the shorty that came with the girl that you had?" I was like, "I don't know. That was one of her friends that came up with her or whatever, whatever." He was like, man, can you hit her up? I said, I hit the shorty that I was with. I don't know the other girl. He like, yeah, man, I think she gave me crabs. And then the other dude like, you
Oh,
got them shits too?
oh,
He was like, you got them shits too? He's like, I got them shits as well. I said, y'all niggas need to go find out how to get rid of them shits. Cause y'all gonna be up this bitch scratching like a something.
oh,
She
cold
gave all
blooded.
6 of them niggas crabs. She gave all
That's
6 of them niggas crabs.
terrible. That raggedy heifer too. But they raggedy too. Like, come on, man. Eventually, one day, everybody got to grow up, Lord. They got to grow up. You just can't do these types of behaviors because you just don't know. But that was when they was young and dumb. I
What I
guarantee they
say,
ain't never done nothing like that again.
when I seen this shit, I didn't catch it the first time because he did it a couple of times. The one that was like 2 people down from me, he scratched a couple of times, but I didn't pay attention to it. I saw him moving, but I didn't pay attention to it. So
Mm-hmm.
I just happened to be looking over at the time that he did it, and I saw him scratch, and I was like, "Fuck is the nigga scratch?" And then the dude beside him had scratch, and they both gave each other the eye.
Oh,
And then I see the dude in the front, he scratched. And so I just said, let me look back. And I looked back, and the 2 dudes that was behind me, they scratched. I'm like, and
horrible.
I knew that she had slept with each one of them because
Mm-hmm.
she was talking about it. She told me which room she went to, and so I knew what room they stayed in. And so I'm like, hold up. And so I was like, and at that time, I stopped listening to what the first sergeant and the captain was saying. I was paying attention to them. I was like, hold up. And so I started watching them. I wasn't even looking at the first sergeant and the captain. I'm looking at them, and them niggas is scratching away. I'm like, oh, she didn't gave these niggas crabs.
Terrible.
And them niggas came back and was like, hey, I need you to get in touch with Shorty because, yeah, that bitch gave me crabs.
That's fucked up though. She was raggedy for that shit, but like I said, they was raggedy. I'm pretty sure they knew. I'm
I
pretty sure
said,
they knew.
okay, she gave you crabs. I don't need you staying that close because I don't know if them bitches gonna jump off or not. I said, I need you to back up about 2 steps. They were like, man, stop playing. I said, I ain't playing. I ain't never had crabs. I don't know if them bitches gonna jump off or not.
Terrible. Terrible. This fool talk about the itchy and scratchy show.
Them niggas said they went to Rite Aid, or I
Mm-hmm.
think it was Rite Aid. Yeah, I think it was Rite Aid. They went to Rite Aid and got some shit called red. And they said when they put the red on it, they said the red got rid of it.
Oh,
I
okay.
like, oh, I like, I ain't never had
You
that
look
shit
him.
before.
Oh, okay. Like, hey, do whatever you gotta do. That ain't got nothing to do
I
with
like,
me.
hey, y'all, long as y'all straight. I said that's what happened when you don't strap up. He said, no, we did strap up. I
Yeah,
like,
I
so
bet
you
you won't.
telling
Look,
me
I bet you won't
they
do that
use
shit no
they
more.
they use they use your motherfucking dick as a bridge?
You ain't shit. I bet they didn't do that shit
they
no more.
just,
I can guarantee you that.
they just them motherfuckers got in formation, just marched right across your bridge and got up on your shit. Them
I
niggas
can
was mad
promise
as
they didn't do
hell.
that shit no more. Though, look, every opportunity is not a very good opportunity, fellas. Sometimes you got
He
to
said,
pass it up.
nah, they had crabs and lobsters. Them motherfuckers
What's
had
going
they
on,
had
Crash?
crab patties.
What's
They
going
had
on,
crab
Crush? The
patties.
greatest man alive. What's happening? Look, that's what I said. Look,
So crust.
you can't. Sometimes it's okay to pass up some. It's cool, y'all. It's okay to say no sometimes.
Them
That's called control.
I like that. Y'all had the crab patty. Y'all should have asked for SpongeBob. Fuck the crab patty. Should have asked for SpongeBob.
Crazy. Well, look, we had 2.5 hours. Oh yeah, I got to get ready to go to bed. Give us your last words, Steve.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. I appreciate you having me up here like always.
You
I
know
will be live Sunday for the NFL. and I just look, and these motherfuckers shorts been doing their thing. I'm 17 subscribers away from hitting 1,000. I
Nice.
appreciate all of the subscribers. But like I said, I'll be live Sunday
Mhm.
for the NFL 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock game. I'm not sure which game I'm gonna call, but I'm gonna call a different game than what I called last week. Last week I think I started off calling the I think I started off calling the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Browns game, but that shit was boring, so I ended up calling the Dallas Cowboy game. That game was kind of exciting.
Mhm.
Um, but so I'm gonna be calling some games this Sunday, and then we got the NBA season coming up, and I'm gonna try to line up some of those games and call some of those games as well.
Yeah, I
Since
can't wait for
A1 ain't
college
ain't doing his
basketball.
NBA this year,
I
A1 ain't doing
cannot
his NBA
wait.
this year, so
I can't
I,
wait
I
for
guess I
college
gotta do
basketball.
NBA games.
Oh yeah. All right, y'all. Make sure y'all sub to D Free. Make sure y'all check him out. Make sure y'all check out KQ. Make sure y'all check out Dean. Make sure y'all sub to everybody. It's in the chat. Y'all make sure y'all sub to them as well. I appreciate. Yeah, well, I'll be tapping in. You know, I'll be there for a minute.
Yep. All right,
Appreciate
y'all.
you. All right, y'all. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the show. Cause y'all know anything can happen, but we damn sure ain't talking boxing. I leave that to those who talk boxing every damn day, cause that shit ain't for me. But again, I appreciate everybody that pulled up. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button. Um, and again, like I always end the show, when you're solid, you ain't gotta keep running your mouth and telling people you're solid. It's in you. It ain't on. I'ma holler at y'all. Y'all have a good one. I see y'all in these YouTube streets tomorrow. Have a good one.